Leave meeting.
I almost hit leave meeting.
Oh my god.
I did.
The
Yeah,
curse.
everybody, you gotta think about it. Just don't uninstall Zoom.
Just don't hover your mouse over the button and you'll be
It's
fine.
weird because it's
They
always
put the button
hovering
on
over
the
button.
right side, and that's where the yeses always are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Zoom set us up to fail.
Yes.
Like on like every other chat service I've ever used, the yes is on the left side.
The what? The end button's on the right side of the screen.
No. The leave meetings on the left side of the screen here, but for like every other chat service I've used, it's like yes over here and no over here.
Like when you start recording the pop-up.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, okay. I see what you're saying.
I don't really pay attention to the pop-up. I just look for the color that
Anyway,
says yes.
because I start the meetings, I don't
think
get
I
the pop-up.
What
confused
does yes
everyone for a
taste
second
like?
there.
Blue.
Yes, tastes.
Yes.
I like to say yes, tastes like blue. Hello, everyone. Yeah, we are here talking about stuff. If you're enjoying what we're doing and you would like to help support the show, there are numerous ways to do so. We have a link to our Beacons page in, here we go, the Twitch chat, the Twitch About section, or the YouTube description, which has all of our affiliate links, including Hero Forge, Zenny Optical, Humble Bundle, Epic Water Filters, and more. I think Rogue Energy is on there too. We also have a Redbubble page where you can get merch. Cool merch by cool people. Come be one of the cool people and rep our merch. And we also have a coffee page, so you can either become a monthly member and get access to exclusive bonus content, or you can make a one-time donation to just buy us a Dunkin'. You
Or
can
coffee,
also
singing like a toad.
you can also follow us on all of our social medias, including Twitch, to get updates about the show, and join our Discord where there's chaos all the time, and you can be part of that chaos during times that aren't Sundays. And enjoy pictures of pets and pictures of food.
Cross-stitch dice.
Cross-stitch.
I do send
Pictures of
unsolicited
food
dice
cross-stitch.
pics all the time.
I am working on some breakfast.
I love that
Oh,
breakfast one.
hey.
It's so cute.
So,
I like
Yes,
that.
it's good. The secret, men, is you don't send women unsolicited dick pics. Always send unsolicited dice pics.
Dice. That's
They're
her
into that. Yeah, dice.
translation error.
D-I-C-E,
Yeah.
dice.
anyway,
Dice or not.
Maybe don't send unsolicited anything.
Don't be unsolicited. Ask.
don't be
Consent
unsolicited
is
or a
sexy.
solicitor.
I've never had anyone get mad about dice pics. I'm just saying.
Anyway, if you're watching the VOD on YouTube, make sure to like and subscribe so you can get notified when new episodes are posted every Thursday. You can also join us for weekly streams on Sundays at 7 p.m. Eastern on Twitch if you want to join in on the live action and be part of whatever strange conversation is happening in chat right now, because likely there is something going on.
3
Maybe
a.m.
going
Me
wrong.
and Maria just talking about being insane. It's fine.
Just talking about doom scrolling at 3 a.m.
But let's go around and have everyone introduce themselves and who they're playing. And the question that I would like you to answer tonight is maybe a boring one. I don't know. How long do you think your character would last in a zombie apocalypse?
With or without powers?
Both.
I feel like Sylvie would bite a zombie.
For science.
Sylvie
with Russia, you bite zombie.
Oh, because she bites
The zombie doesn't bite
back.
Sylvie. Sylvie bites the zombie.
And then she gets
And then she becomes a
turns
zombie.
the zombie Fae.
Or
So now we've got Fae zombies and it's a fucking mess.
She bites the zombies and the zombies become plants, and then it's just plants versus zombies.
Oh my god, yes.
This is a good question. This is gonna take all night, huh?
I think I have an answer. Hello, everyone. I am Mr. Crow, alternatively just Crow, and I will be playing Joe Hatathli, aka Watchdog. And as for a zombie apocalypse, this is gonna be bizarre. I think Joe would survive longer if he didn't have powers, because he'd be
Okay.
more inclined to be careful then. Because as it stands
That
with his
tracks.
abilities, in order to like be effective, at least in his head, he's got to be up close, and that's just like
A recipe
doom
for
in a
danger.
absolute doom in a number of zombie apocalypse situations. So I think if he didn't have powers, he would be inclined to be more cautious, and given just like his charisma with things, I feel like he could very much be like one of those guys who like organizes a colony of just like getting people to work together and try to rebuild society.
He's got bitches to shield him.
Henry is the scientist working on the cure.
Oh yeah.
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 I can go next. I'm Jenna, and I play Roxy, aka Calamity. I actually think she would last a fair amount of fucking time in the zombie apocalypse because she could throw cars and shit at them.
If she didn't have powers, I feel like she would also be very useful because she would know how to like hotwire cars and shit.
Yeah. Yes, she could hotwire cars. Good, like she's good at like building shit and stuff like that. So, I think that actually she might be more successful in the zombie apocalypse than she is in regular life.
That's because it's the total collapse of society, so there's no PR disasters.
Exactly.
It's chaos, and she does well with that.
Can't cause a PR disaster when there's no functioning media.
When the media
Aha.
is not there's no PR disasters, and Roxy wins.
Exactly.
Apocalypse Now, disaster ironically deferred.
I'll go next. As I said previously, I play Sylvie. My name is Tess. And I do think Sylvie would bite a zombie just for the heck of it. It both powered and unpowered.
For science.
Yes. But I think unpowered, she still does have like survival knowledge and like what you can and can't eat outside of civilization. So she'd be useful to have around. It's just, is she stupid enough to go out and bite a zombie? With powers, I don't know if zombieism affects Faye, first and foremost, but secondly, I do think she would survive fairly long, if only because she could use plants to turn zombies to her benefit and control the zombies with like vines and stuff subbing in for muscles and directing them. So
Laura Necromancer.
yeah. I mean, she also can just drain the vitality out of said zombies. So I mean, there's also that.
Would they have vitality?
Anti-vitality.
Yeah, whatever. I mean, she drained the vitality out of the building at one point a little bit, as per Charlie. So
True.
I think zombies might have
Okay,
a
yeah,
little
that's
more
fair, that's
vitality
fair.
than a building. So
It's tainted vitality.
yeah, that'll be a Sylvie problem for a future.
Vitality of undead.
Just turns her into like I want to say it's American McGee style Alice in Wonderland face.
Yeah.
Just like all gothic and creepy, as if she wasn't creepy enough.
Fine.
I'll go. I'm Maria. I play Elena, aka Easy Living. She would probably survive very long with her powers because she can just fly away. Ooh,
Or toss the
bye.
zombies away, just like
Yeah.
bye.
Move all the zombies away.
Squish the
Just
zombies.
Make them
shield
all so
herself
light
from
they
the
float away.
I mean, just
Into the
make all the
atmosphere.
zombies so light they,
turn into balloons and leave
Yeah.
the atmosphere.
yeah.
And then explode in space.
Without her powers,
She saves the world.
50-50 shot. 50-50
She would make
without
sure
powers.
she stayed alive.
She could probably stay alive, but it depends on how chaotic everything gets.
All right. I'm Brianna. I play Cynthia Evans, otherwise known as Echo. And with powers, it's pretty much the same situation. She could just fucking fly away. And a variety of other things depending on who she could steal powers from. Without powers, I'd say she actually has a pretty decent shot. She's trained without powers. She's got a lot of tech. She's decent at urban traversal. Food would be an issue because you can't cook for shit. But we'll see.
Raid the Twinkies.
It will survive.
Just get all the canned food stuff.
I feel like the team could survive fairly solidly, both powered and unpowered, is the conclusion here. And we
Together.
build off of each other.
With our
Together.
powers
Together,
combined.
we
Yeah.
create a zombie-proof base while
Yes.
Henry works on the cure.
Yep.
Mhm,
Yes.
mhm.
There you go. I mean, hell, you might not even need the cure if you can just reverse gravity on all the zombies and send them into space. Unless
Yeah.
Send them away.
the cure neutralizes the zombie effect, so those people become normal again.
Yeah, I was about to
That's
say it
their
sort of depends
fault for
upon
being
what kind of
zombies.
zombific-
I
Clearly,
mean,
your fault
okay.
for getting bitten by zombies and infected with this virus.
I mean, sacrifice the few to save the many, blow them up in space.
This would be sacrificing
Elena
the many
has-
to save the few.
No,
Just keep them suspended in air as long as she's paying attention to them.
That's fair.
They don't
but,
have to
like,
fly
you
off
have
into
to
the
sleep,
stratosphere.
right?
Flying zombies are not
Yeah.
terrifying. in the
Yes.
least.
We get all the coffee and give it to Elena, and then she keeps the floating zombies until we have a cure.
Just yeet them into space.
It'll be fine.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Just stop it before,
Send all the zombies to Mars. And like 50 years from now, there's just going to
We'll
be
pick
this
them up later.
Mars habitation of like zombie people that have formed their own
They've
society.
colonized Mars.
Yeah.
in Mars and shit.
The real Martians were zombies all along.
They are now.
Oh my gosh. Anyway. So it is the beginning of the session, so I'm gonna add a team to the pool, and then we have 2 team,
Yes.
and go ahead and read the recap of last week's session. So, previously on Jukebox Justice, the whole team played quite a bit of phone tag as they tried to get reconnected with each other across Halcyon City, as well as a good portion of the continental United States. Joe was faced with a rather difficult choice between his parents being back together and going back to a place where he had Henry. Making that choice definitely came with some moping, which Thistle was not ready to put up with. And maybe gave him a little bit of a harsh slap of reality. Cynthia was reunited with this version of her sister, and they had a nice, pleasant conversation, despite Rebecca's obvious signs of exhaustion, which she played off as a rather intense patient case from the night before. However, despite what Cynthia asked her if she'd seen someone of Sarah's description, we kind of have an idea that Rebecca wasn't being entirely honest with her response there, for reasons unknown.
For why? For why?
Okay.
Tell us, GM.
But since Sylvie, Roxy, Elena, and Cynthia managed to reunite with each other, they decided to have a sleepover at the DeMarco household to get caught up with everything and figure out what to do next. So, I think that we can... Well, first of all, we'll put on a little bit more appropriate music for the situation. And say we can pick up at the DeMarco household, where I'm assuming everyone has piled into Roxy's room to figure out what to do next. And yes, all of you do see this room that has still like the black skull and crossbone curtains and comforter, but there are books on the table, lots of textbooks. There are posters on the wall of different sports teams, and a few highlighting the Siegel University women's rugby team. So
This is different.
I don't know how to play rugby.
This version of you does, I guess.
Maybe.
I don't know if you were playing. I think you were just involved with the team.
I think I'm like the sports reporter or something. I'm not 100% sure what my role is. Like sports. What was it? Sports or management? I manage them. That's what it is. Why they would let me manage that anything really is a mystery to me. But okay. I'm good at managing my feelings, though.
So, we're all here. Watchdogs out in Arizona. We don't know why we're here or how to get out.
Yeah, that pretty much sums it up.
Charlie, can I examine the other three for similar tethers to the one I found on myself?
Sure. It's your vision is still very unreliant. Connection is not secure, but the rest of them do have tethers. Elena's is the same as you saw before, but Cynthia and Roxy also have tethers extending from their, we'll just say their centers.
Mm-hmm. Well, we still all have the fucking tethers. So all four of us have tethers this time.
Are they all going in the same direction?
Are they, Charlie? Are they going off in different?
They're all pointed in various directions, but the appearance is similar, where it's like a thin line that just stretches off into the distance and fades from view.
Oh, give a vague direction for everyone's to establish if they're similar. And give descriptions.
Yeah, knowing what direction everybody's is going in probably would be important.
Yeah. As well as if there's any varying brightness between various tethers.
No, the brightness is consistent between all
Because
of
I
them.
know you said it's black and white
Mhm.
when I go into this, so I can't differentiate color at all. So
No
that
color,
doesn't
but
help.
the vibrancy is the same.
Okay, vibrancy is the same, just different directions.
Which direction is Cynthia's pointing in?
Say yours is based on where you're, I guess, triangulating your current location. It would be a northwestern direction.
Does anything come to mind for like anything or any places she'd like frequent that would be in that direction from where she is?
Maybe possibly a similar direction as the lab. I don't know where your sort of like placement is for the camp that she went to, but since Halcyon is a coastal city, it might have been towards like that outskirts of the city as well.
Okay. Good to know.
I'm sorry, which direction did you say that was again?
Northwest.
Northwest.
Should we see where all the deserts lead us?
Well, if they're all going in different directions,
We pick one and we all go together.
that works for
or-
me.
We try and go to Arizona to find Watchdog.
Question. Do we know that Joe tried to call Roxy's place?
Yes, because you
Yes.
called back, and then when you got connected, there was no answer.
Let's let's try calling him one more time because going cross country, no small undertaking.
Yeah, it's going to be very
And
hard.
if he's decided to leave already, then the best thing, if he's decided to leave, of course, the best thing we can do is figure out the situation here so that we're ready.
Well, it takes about, well, it depends on how fast you go, and Joe drives pretty slow. I mean, I guess slow is like
Did you say
relative.
Joe?
Well,
He's
the secret's out. He already called.
No, that was
Right,
Tess
faster.
just verifying that you said Joe and not Watchdog.
Yep.
My God.
This
What a
is
shit
the
show.
emergency. He could be driving faster.
Though it might be good if you guys act surprised if and when he reveals his identity. Just saying, you do you. He'll probably be mad at me regardless. So, anyways.
Well, we don't have powers. Maybe he doesn't have powers. So unless he's going to get like a comical Halloween wolf mask, I don't know what he's going to do.
That's a good point. His secret would have been out in a few days. You know what? Just act surprised when he gets you. Like, oh, Joe, what are you doing in this weird reality?
We took 16 sessions.
I don't know. Whatever. That's really not a now issue, and I feel like that's like a way little issue
I
than
love
what we
you,
got.
but I'm never telling you any secrets again.
Well, to be fair, it was already pretty suspicious.
It's the principle of the thing.
Well, he called and then they figured it out, and now I just confirmed. It's whatever. They're not dumb.
No.
If I can figure it out, they can figure it out. It was like a matter of time.
You said the Joe earlier too. It's fine.
Roxy's just like, I will plead the fifth, even though I have no idea what that means.
I don't know what it means, but I cannot incriminate myself. That's what Uncle Paulie said. Don't incriminate yourself. I don't really
Nods
know what that
along
means,
with the
though,
Paulie comment.
So, I say we give the phone thing one more shot.
Mhm.
If we can't find him, we can't find him. And just gotta hope he's headed in this direction. But I have a missing person to find, and we have a mystery to solve.
Charlie, when I am looking, do I have to like pop out of the ability to like view individual tethers? Or when I'm viewing one, are all of the rest of them visible?
They're all visible, so like you can just like shift your focus from one person to the next.
So theoretically, if I got high enough and I was close enough, I could see an individual's tether in the city.
Possibly. Yeah.
To track down a certain lost person if we're lucky. Sylvie will pose that to the group, saying, there is the potential if your friend is functioning like us at this point, that I could see her tether back and we could trace it back to her.
It's a good
But
start.
I would need a
far-
vantage point.
How far away can you see them?
We can test it.
Yours, yeah, I haven't really tried to spot tethers from afar.
You can try not very far, but in the backyard or around the block. Easy. Start small. Get longer. Maybe we find your friend, and if whenever Watchdog appears, we can use that to find him. Although I imagine he here. Or, yeah, probably here, because I don't know where I live anymore.
And this is where he got the most response to us being potentially here.
Yeah.
It would be the
Worst
logical
comes to
spot.
worst, we leave a note. We'll all meet up somehow.
Mhm.
We will make it work, but I do like the idea of a vantage point. Find a tower somewhere and see if you can see things. I'm just glad we all found each other. This is a mess.
I don't know how we're going to break back out of this place. But the fact that the tethers exist does bode slightly better than I anticipated.
Oh, what time is it right now?
It's late, probably 9 or 10 p.m. because there's been a lot of like running around today and having to wait for interstate phone call lines to be set up. So it's gonna be pretty late.
Do you see them better at night? Or does it not matter?
You've not noticed any difference.
There doesn't seem to be a difference.
Okay. In that case, I'd say we should probably get some sleep, and in the morning, we'll plan.
It's probably for the best, seeing as using any type of power kind of requires a lot more focus here for whatever reason.
Yeah. We'll figure it out.
Question, Charlie, how human am I here? Because we've established Sylvie doesn't sleep otherwise. It's just
She
kind of-
tired?
What she
You-
does while
Yeah.
Need cat.
sleeping?
Who
You
knows?
feel uncharacteristically tired.
Side note, I think I might be human here.
What?
What does that feel like comparatively?
You guys are so tired all the time.
Yes.
I'm less tired than I used to be because I don't think I need as much sleep anymore, but only slightly. I still need to get 4 to 6 hours to really function. But yeah. There's lots of questions. I feel like that's very interesting. The whole void cats
Void
in the
cats.
background
Like, that's so
shenanigans.
fun.
Yes.
Anyways,
Well,
yes,
we'll table the human fae cross species stuff
Yeah.
for after we.
yeah, but maybe if and we don't have anything of your friends here, right? I don't know, maybe we could try the dream thing. Maybe you could think real hard about her and we could hold hands or hold each other while we sleep, and then maybe I could try to
It's
I
worked
don't
for
know,
us.
use you as an anchor to get into her dream. I don't know how it all works, but
We can try her tonight, and if that doesn't work, maybe we try Vachta, because we're more familiar with him.
oh yeah,
Okay.
yeah. I think
I
she's
woke
the...
up in pajamas. I don't have anything of hers
Okay.
anymore. Not here.
I don't think we have anything.
Well, you're her friend, so that's sort of.
That's the start.
That might work. I don't know. I don't really know. I didn't use anything of Elena's to but maybe Sylvie, we could all just cuddle together, and maybe her tether knowledge and my dream. We could use the tether and the dream and your
Let's work
connection,
that.
and I don't know. I just want to have a cuddle puddle a little bit also, but
Honestly, it's been kind of a rough day. I'd be very in
Yeah.
favor.
yeah, cuddle puddles needed all around. Anyways, but sorry, Sylvie, I don't think you could be a big snow leopard. I do love your cuddle kitty. form, but or your fuzzy forms, but and glittery, but you're welcome to cuddle with us if you would like to.
I think I'm okay cuddling in a human-esque form in this circumstance.
Okay. Just as long as you're okay with it. I don't want to push you into anything or whatever. We could probably just try to figure it out. I don't know. I don't really know what I'm doing. I don't even know if I can do it in this world, but we could give it a shot. See where,
It's worth a try. Her name is Sarah. These days, she also goes by Perihelion. Or Perihelion. Not me forgetting my own notes. Rip.
It's fine.
She makes shields. Or shield-like constructs.
Okay.
Barriers, that kind of thing.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Hard light, that sort of aesthetic.
Oh, that's kind of cool.
Useful, too.
Can she use it as like a sword?
I'm not sure if she can make edges that sharp.
Sarah
Like,
invents
what if it was a
lightsabers.
light? What if it was a light but a sword? Roxy inventing lightsabers in her brain.
If she can do that, I don't know about it.
Oh,
It's
okay.
possible.
Well,
but
I just thought it would be really cool, but it's kind of off topic. Trying to stay focused because we got to find your friend.
Yeah.
And no one was at your sister's clinic?
No. Oh, maybe. Apparently some patient came in kind of roughed up the night before. Bex was pretty tired from dealing with it, but didn't fit the description we gave her for Sarah, so.
Just something to note before we all fall asleep. We don't know anything about this world. And last time we woke up anywhere, we were separated. Who's to say that won't be a future case? So we should probably make a plan in order to reconnect should we get separated again.
Well, let's start with the easy version. If we end up in another version of Halcyon, we could meet at the location where the junkyard is.
That might work.
Out of the way, shouldn't raise too many suspicions. If we're not in Halcyon, and we don't have powers, that could get real weird real fast.
I can leave glitter trails. Anyone, and potentially, I don't know how high I can get up with it, but potentially I can send a signal for people or for meeting up.
Yeah.
How about billboards? Not putting things up, but they're easy to see.
Billboards?
No, they're easy to see. If you throw glitter at one, we'll know you're in the area. So, if we're lost, find billboards and use things only we know how to do. Glitter,
Yeah,
in this case.
Ooh.
Should probably have some sort of phrase or symbol.
Yeah. Light swords.
All right, come up with a team catchphrase and go.
My God.
No, stop.
Watching out for watchdogs.
Who watches the Watchmen?
Is there something that Sarah saw it, she would see it as a safe haven?
Maybe the symbol on Hecate's uniform.
We should all get our own symbols for the future, just in case this happens. That way, if we need to,
We can just mark something with our symbol.
yes, like with like like
Stamp
some
it.
sort of paint or something.
My God.
Maybe an aerosol can full of paint.
Spray paint.
Just run around tagging everything.
Yeah.
Yes.
Dude,
God.
I don't think that's a joke. Just Sylvie will throw glitter and I'll draw a star.
I think for now we should mark things with Hecate's symbol in the
Yeah.
off chance that Sarah sees it.
That way she'll know. At least
Yeah. That
somebody's here.
we can revisit. For now, just keep it as a
Branding
temporary-
later.
We'll revisit. That's a good thought, though. Thank you. For what it's worth, I really fucking hope we don't wake up alone again.
I would agree.
Well, unless there's anything else, I'm going to pass the fuck out.
Agreed.
Yeah.
Time for sleeps.
All right. I imagine you grab some extra pillows and blankets from Mama DeMarco and then just make a huge little pile of blankets and curl up together on the floor.
Mm-hmm.
I
A
will
huge little
note
pile.
that when this happens, like, you guys will note that the rigidity that has kind of been part of Sylvie's posture since getting here kind of melts away a little bit because she is comfortable with you guys, even though she's very clearly uncomfortable by this entire situation
It's sweet.
for multiple reasons.
Okay. Well, all of you can head to sleep. Meanwhile, Watchdog, Joe,
Me.
you have a truck and a Sprite. Not the
And
drink.
dream. Okay.
And no money.
Well, about that. Okay. So after the whole scene at Monument Valley, I feel like Joe would drive for a bit and eventually stop for the night. Before going to sleep though, he is gonna root through the whole truck, all of his pockets, and he is going to try to find whatever money he's got. Because counting money is not actually new to him. He's had to do this before.
I will say you can probably scrounge up $2.50 of spare change. Which
Oof.
is sort of decent for the 50s-ish, a little bit.
I'm assuming that's not a train ticket decent, though.
No.
And there's no way in hell this truck's got enough gas to get all the way to Halcyon. Damn.
And for some petty crime.
You said it before I could. And I was like, you've got a crime fairy right there. She can be invisible. Crime fairy.
Put all those overheard conversations with Uncle What's His Face to use.
Uncle Polly.
Yes, Uncle Polly. I was like, I forgot names.
Crime fairy. You know Fae do crime. It's fine. It's just like the gays.
Be Faye,
The
do crime.
Fays and the gays do
Yes.
crime.
What about the gay phase?
The gay phase do so much crime.
So much crime.
They do so much crime they commit felonies.
No. In any case, once Joe has taken stock of that, and also realizing that's definitely not enough to, oh, I don't know, buy food for said journey, he's gonna fold back the seat in the truck as far back as it can, and he's gonna try to get some sleep on the side of the road.
I imagine this truck actually has a back seat, so you could probably stretch out in the back seat a little more comfortably than just leaning the seat back would do.
I feel like there's a moment where he's like, so much for never doing this again.
It's temp- Maybe.
And he is going to just hope he can think of something in his sleep.
Okay. Well, we'll say the morning for you comes. Well, it doesn't come first because you're in a later time zone, but what are you gonna do when you wake up? What has percolated in that little brain?
Gonna pull out the map of Arizona again. What's like the closest big center of civilization that I could potentially get to? Looking at maps.
I mean, I feel like probably the biggest metropolitan area would be Phoenix as
Okay.
the like state capital.
Yeah.
I think Phoenix is the state capital of Arizona, right? Or at
Believe
least
so, yes.
the big metropolitan area.
Yeah.
But that would be like going there would mean heading back south and
Which would be backwards.
yeah, just a tad. A little bit, so.
Okay. Just get to a phone. I'm going to start driving east. And I'm going to try to find a payphone of some kind.
Okay.
And as I'm going, I'm going to try to keep track of the mile markers.
All right. Yeah, I mean, you can start heading east. You'll definitely run into a town of some sort that has at least one payphone. So you would probably roll into a decently sized town. You know, they've got like a main street and a few shops and everything, as well as like some suburban houses, maybe some ranches for like livestock farming. So definitely a smaller town, but I'd imagine either outside the bank or the corner store, there's probably, the cell phone hooked up to the side of the building.
Okay. As Joe's rolling into town, he'll just sort of say, "Thistle."
Yeah.
Then, okay, you're still here. Sorry if you eat or need to eat, I guess. I don't think we got money for food.
I can take care of myself.
That's concerning. Okay. think I'm gonna try to give him one last call here. We'll see if I can get through. If that fails, I might just try to shack up here. Well, I send you out to Halcyon. Is that gonna be all right with you?
Yeah, I mean, I offered to do that in the first place, so
I know, but you
an option.
didn't exactly ever say that. I don't know you're on my side or anything. Don't wanna force you anything, I guess.
If I didn't want to go, I wouldn't go.
Fair. Okay.
I also could have left at any point up until now, so.
Yeah, that's what I was kind of worried about. All right. What's the name of this town? Do I see like a welcome to sign anywhere?
Yeah, there's probably like a town at the entrance to the city, maybe a little like local publication or bulletin board, I guess, where they have all the local postings, all the local happenings. So you can get you can get an idea of where you are. Probably near the close to the Arizona New Mexico border.
All right. Yeah, I'll find a parking spot near the payphone, and I am going to try to dial the DeMarco residence one more time.
Okay. I'll say that probably at this one they have, since it's like one of the few phones, it on the payphone it has the number. So when the operator wants to set up a line and everything, you can give them that number for a callback.
Yep.
And they similar, like same song and dance. Will tell you that once they have a line set up, they'll call you back and patch you through.
And this time around, Joe is just going to wait right next to the phone.
Okay.
Not even risking missing this call.
I feel like anyone who tries to come up to place a call, they just get a stink eye. Like, this is my phone right now.
Not necessarily a stink eye, but more like polite. I'm waiting for a call. If you could just like use the next one, thanks.
Next one.
Does not want to miss this call.
But yeah, you can sit there and wait. Back at the DeMarco household.
Rewinding time a little bit because this would have happened before all this.
Yep. All of you wake up in Roxy's room in a cuddle pile.
Belle?
No dreams, I'm assuming.
Would I have had the opportunity to use my ability, Mind of Their Own?
I will say, were you going to try and do it on your own or see if you could channel Sylvie's powers?
I was gonna try to work in tandem with Sylvie, and if I could capitalize on the connection between Cynthia and her friend. I don't know if that helps or not, but
we are gonna get
she doesn't know what she's doing.
That's fair. We are gonna get a little funky here with the rules. And I would like
funky.
both Roxy and Sylvie to roll to unleash your powers.
Oh fuck.
All right. All right. Let's see how bad. I don't remember where my freak was at. Let me look.
And the results of this might not be exactly what it says written because of circumstances.
Okay, let's do this. All right.
That is a 6 on mine. So
I got an 8.
Okay.
Wait.
There's
Put them together and
I will say that You find yourself in one of Cynthia's dreams, question mark. But it's probably more like a memory dream state. So I don't know if Cynthia, if you have ideas of what particularly memorable interactions Cynthia and Sarah have had, or if there's anything that she'd be thinking about with regards to her friend.
One of the particularly memorable places Cynthia spent some time with Sarah is kind of looks like a dojo, question mark. There are like some like training dummies and some various bow staffs, eskrima sticks, that sort of stuff on the walls. A lot of open air kind of windows and stuff. No real furniture because like that's not what this room's for. So that's probably the setting that would come to mind for a place they've spent a lot of time together.
Okay. I imagine there's probably just scenes of the two of you sparring and training.
Yeah. Third person that you can't quite see giving out instructions occasionally.
Just a disembodied voice in the background.
The narrator.
It's me. But yeah, that's kind of what you sort of gleam in the middle of the night. Before I'd imagine at some point that it morphs into your regular dreams, and some of this probably bleeds through to Sylvie as well, but it's not as clear. It might be more sort of like amorphous colors and sounds and voices. So you don't really have the full picture of what happened. But yeah, all of you can wake up in the morning together again. Well, still together.
Roxy will share what she learned in the night. Or what she dreamed about.
Haven't been there in a long time.
Maybe that's where we look for her in this world? I don't know. You know her better than me. I was hoping you could help fill in the gaps of, I don't really know.
That's not here. You need to travel a long way.
We could steal a car. I can hotwire a car.
We can't leave. We're waiting. We
Ah,
gotta wait for
crap.
Watch.
We gotta wait for Watch.
Let's see how far we can. So we
If
can see the tethers.
If I didn't end up there, I don't think that she would have. But I'd agree with. Okay, so based on what all of you told me, this seems to be the circumstances you woke up in, or the circumstances you'd be in if the world had no powers. So, if that were her, that could go a few ways. I checked where she used to live back when she was younger. Things seemed fine. Didn't go in, but she didn't have the best parents. So I think that even in a world without powers, she probably would have bounced in any case. But she was also hurt before coming here. We know that she was bleeding a lot. So I think, yeah, I'd agree with step one. Getting a vantage point, checking those tethers. If you have any suggestions, Sylvie, for
We go
where?
to hospitals, ask if the emergency rooms has had any people. You said you
That's-
ask.
I think if we
It's
could get me
privileged information a lot of the time.
vantage points near hospitals, I could check them for tethers, though.
That's a good place to start.
Wait, let's look up
Or-
when HIPAA was invented. Quick. I'm pretty sure it was actually with Roe versus Wade, which wouldn't have happened yet. So HIPAA
yeah.
doesn't apply. We can ask whoever we want, and they can just tell us all their fucking medical history.
I mean, they-
1996. HIPAA,
Yeah.
HIPAA was put into place.
So yeah,
wild.
but if I showed up in a reality and I was like this and I was bleeding, I wouldn't give them my real name.
We give it the
We
description.
give description. Say we're looking for friend or cousin.
White
sister.
woman, brown hair, brown eyes. That's stands out.
Could be one of our cousins. Yeah.
But if they don't, well, if she gave a fake name and we say we're looking for this person, but they have her under a fake names, then yeah, that really wouldn't.
She's escaping a bad relationship, so she might have given you a different name.
No.
Yeah, but if
that's-
we say that, they're going to be like, "Well, we can't
That
give you
might
that
be
information because
suspicious.
you might be working with the person who's trying to find her."
Yeah, that's a good point.
Well, let's see how far we can.
Yeah.
What if
Tethers.
Yeah.
yeah, tethers, but like if we get there and we do the hospital thing, then like maybe half of us can go do crime and look look in the rooms.
Why?
No, sneak and look in the rooms for somebody who like, you know, like the recovery beds to see, you know, check. We could steal a nurse's outfits and or candy stripe outfits.
This is
Sylvie's
turning into, like a
going
Saturday
to
morning cartoon.
going to walk out of the room while activating her power to see if she can see the tethers through walls.
Cynthia's going with her.
Roxy's
She's done with
sweeping up
this.
the do crime. No, Elena's idea of we just do crime in this.
Oh my
room.
god.
I right now still with that bit of a shaky connection. You can barely see the tethers through the wall.
Mm.
And even then, it's likely you would have missed them if you hadn't known where to look.
Slight complication in the vantage point to hospital. She would need to be outside and not in a building at this point. My ability to see tethers is less than ideal when there's a wall involved.
Yeah.
Let alone
Well.
multiple. Is there anything notable, even with the faint tether, Charlie, that like I could potentially keep an eye out for like maybe like a shift in how the world is presenting itself, or like a gleam out of the corner of my eye, or like haze or something, like heat haze or anything like that I would see through a wall just to like keep an eye open for?
Yeah, I think the areas around where the tether would pass through are, I think, like maybe fuzzy is the right word, but
Yeah,
less
less distinct,
like
kind of
like
blurred.
Have a yes, blurred. That is
Okay.
a great way to describe it.
I can tell where a tether would pass, but it would not be something I could notice from a great distance, as the tethers present as fairly fine lines versus giant.
So theoretically, we could case local hospitals, clinics. If we get close enough.
Rhyme.
Well, it's yeah.
Roxy,
What?
can you go grab Uncle Polly, please?
Yeah, I bet you he's downstairs eating breakfast. Sunday.
Oh my god.
They probably just got back from church. Because the mafia definitely attends church.
Assuming your family is still mafia in this universe, I have no idea.
Could be pagan witches. Who knows what we are?
God.
We're still Italian, and that's what's important. The carbohydrates are really the important part.
It's all about the food.
The comfort carbs. She's gonna go downstairs and look for Uncle Polly.
Yeah, he is probably. Mama DeMarco is already cooking a nice big Sunday breakfast. Papa DeMarco has his coffee and the Sunday newspaper. He's probably split the newspaper with Tony. The two of them are reading the newspaper. And I think Uncle Polly's probably just fixing himself a cup of coffee and is getting ready to join the rest of the boys in the living room.
Does Polly have a similar demeanor to how he was in our dimension?
His vibes are off.
Nope. I don't trust this.
His vibes aren't rancid. Abort. Abort.
You walk into the living room and then turn around and you're just like, nope.
Never mind, Roxy, we're fine.
Abort! Abort! Abort!
So do you scurry back upstairs?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
They're probably gone for like a minute before they just come back into the room.
Yeah, Polly isn't Polly, Cynthia, if you know what I mean.
What do you? What?
Are the rest not?
The vibes are off, and I don't fully trust the fact that we have that resource.
Okay.
Roxy's like, I don't understand. Uncle Polly would help. What's going on?
I have a feeling Uncle Polly doesn't have his usual know-how in regards to
Oh,
the law and how to.
He might not be
Yeah,
a lawyer
yeah.
in this world.
yeah, like
Yeah.
yeah, like he was really good at like like getting me out of juvie.
Yeah,
But, like,
His
he doesn't
legal
know
know-how.
werewolf law in our
Yeah.
world, but like
yeah, it's like how Tony isn't
he doesn't know
infatuated.
cars.
Yeah, or the fact that he doesn't know cars. Yeah, it's a similar. Or us.
I don't understand why he wouldn't also have a crush on you in this world, though.
I'm not entirely sure either.
Because you haven't. What? I wonder if he's gay in this world. I mean,
Try to see
that
if he
doesn't
is.
matter, but
You can either be gay or a werewolf, not both.
The
I
two
mean,
sexualities, gay and a werewolf.
I mean, it holds true for the team,
Yes.
so.
Oh, yes,
I
the
mean,
two
that is
genders,
true.
gay
That is-
and werewolf.
That's the truth for Joe, so obviously it must
Oh
be
my God.
correct.
Wait, don't stay in this world. We should introduce him to Tony, if so.
I think I don't know. Go check the hospitals, maybe. Have some breakfast.
Do some crime.
Maybe. Perhaps.
I feel like you just want to do crime for crime's sake. If we're going to do crime, which should be for a reason.
Yeah.
But like none of this is real, so like we can do crime
It's
here.
still, but if we end up getting stuck here,
Yeah, that's true.
It's also
And
habit
if my
forming.
Uncle Polly can't, what?
It's also habit forming.
Crime is habit forming?
It
Addictive?
can be, maybe. Well, I mean, if you start looking for the easiest possible solution, even if it's not always a solution that would work in our world, it's just going to be frustrating when you come back to the real world and stealing a car isn't always an option.
It's not?
It's an option.
It's not always the best option.
No, that's true. It's not always my first choice. I guess you're
You're all-
right. I just like the
back
idea of
in
doing
our-
stuff without consequences, you know?
I know.
We don't get to do that very often. So I'm just saying that sometimes it's just nice to go buck wild, you know?
I mean, I get what you're saying, but also if I go around and I just start fires everywhere, that's going to cause problems.
Right. Yeah, no. Well, mostly the crimes that I'm suggesting nobody would get killed in.
That the mostly is where I draw the line.
Okay. So
That's
we can
the
do
one-
crime if there's no deaths intended or otherwise. If it's
That's-
the last resort, I guess.
That's the one thing that Hecate asks of me.
Yes.
the end of the day.
Okay.
Do not kill.
No, yeah, no, I'm with that. I've never killed nobody and I've never almost killed nobody. So it's
Let's keep it that way.
yeah, no. I mean, I don't feel any need to kill anybody. Sometimes I feel the need to punch people, but you know, I feel like that's everybody. Everybody has those feelings. That doesn't mean you act on them, you know?
It's not what you think, it's what you do.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. You got to use your words.
Sometimes. Please don't go talk to the press.
Are you sure? I really feel like that would have worked. What if we put out some sort of wait? We don't have money in this world, do we?
Just
Elena's
not
with the
normal
rich
amount.
parents. Damn, this world sucks. We don't have nothing.
I mean,
Uncle Paulie
it's-
can't help us with the law.
it's possible that if my parents are okay parents in this world, they might have some sort of fund for me. I don't know.
I have no idea about my parents in this world.
That's still freaking me out.
Mine seem normal, like regular people.
Do Fae have, like, parents in the way humans would think of it?
Not exactly.
Yeah, I didn't think so. All right.
They don't necessarily have childhoods in the way humans do.
Do you come into existence already as an adult?
In a way.
Are you an adult?
Thinks back to the discussion about biting zombies.
Age is just a number.
Yeah, in terms of age, yes. And that's all that matters right now.
Okay. Is there an age of consent? This is kind of just like a hypothetical thing. I was just wondering, you know?
I am of a consenting age.
Okay. I don't know. I'm just trying to learn about Fae culture, which we should learn more about later.
Yeah.
Put it on the to-do list. Roxy takes out her note to herself and writes down, ask Sylvia about Fae culture.
I thought you were going to say, like, to do, Sylvie.
That's a different
Yeah.
list.
I mean, Sylvie's at the top of the to-do list on, just all around. Not on Rox. Roxy's is crossed out with a little, like, sad face that says, Tony would be sad. Don't do it.
Tony doesn't need to know.
Yeah.
There's
Tony
other writing
doesn't
under it that
know.
says do it anyway.
My to-do list has been bastardized big time.
Cynthia doesn't care about Tony's feelings.
That's true. Well, I mean, I don't think he would be hurt if you slept with Sylvia.
Ah,
I'm his sister.
that's fair. That is fair.
I feel like if Sylvie ever finds this list, it'll just be like, sounds fun. It's a glitter pet.
I love it.
There is gayness and glitter everywhere.
We only have the most productive of sessions. But
we get nothing done because we're trying to figure out the to-do list.
we should probably grab breakfast and head out then.
Yep.
I think tonight I will go check in with the normal parents. And in case we are stuck here, I would like to, I guess, I don't know, have them not hate me for disappearing for a week. I don't know what they do. Maybe that might be helpful. If Cynthia's dad is still connected, but not awful, that also might be helpful.
Yeah, I
So
guess.
the Marcos seems the same. More or less legal knowledge.
I suppose we should. I'll go and check what this reality has given me as a human family as well, to see if there are any connections we can utilize.
Do you want company? I don't really want to see my parents.
Sure.
We don't have to do it now. I guess maybe also we should probably try and stay together as much as possible.
Yeah, I feel like we should not
Buddy
split
system?
up. Yeah. At the very least, the buddy system. But like also, if we could all stay together.
We'll just round robin to everyone's houses for sleepovers.
Yeah.
It'll be fine.
It'll be totally fine.
Yeah. If we have to stay at your house, I'll for sure come with you. And like, if your parents are mean to you, I'll ask them a bunch of awkward stuff until they go away.
Yeah.
Like I do at the fancy people parties when I don't want to talk to them anymore. I just say awkward things till they go away.
Fair.
Then they don't want to talk to you anymore, and it's like a get out of jail free card.
See, normally I just pheromone them so they stop talking about shit I don't like.
I don't have that ability, and I feel like it would be frowned upon if I threw them through the wall. So I work with what I got.
For what it's worth, at those parties, I pay good money to see you throw somebody through a wall. That said, please don't.
Yeah,
Some
no,
of us
not
have
unless,
civilian reputations to keep alive.
yeah, unless it was like a life or death situation and they were bad and like gonna hurt somebody or like, I don't know. But it's fun to think about. It's kind of just like when I think about punching random people, like your dad. Like when I had to talk to him the other night, and then I decided to start talking about aliens so everybody'd stop talking to me. You know.
Okay. Before we scattered to the winds, we did say we were going to give the phone thing one more shot.
Yeah, that's true.
Yes.
Let's try to call him one more time.
All right.
You can head downstairs and get in contact with the operator, and similar to last night, they'll give you a call back when they set up an interstate line. Seeing that all of you are downstairs, Mama DeMarco was just like, oh, good morning, girls. Do you want some breakfast? I made all of the Sunday favorites. We've got toast and bacon and some coffee if you'd like it, but some biscuits, real good biscuits. You know, come make yourself a plate.
Are we giving Sylvie coffee?
Yes.
Yeah, why not?
Hell
Sylvie
yes.
slowly realizing that she is human in this world and probably does need to consume something after
That
avoiding
something
food
is
all
coffee.
day. Yes, it's going to be coffee.
We might have
she
should have told
also-
her that she needs to eat also as a human. She just whispers to Elena. We might have also needed to tell her that she needs to eat. Do you think she knows that she needs to use the bathroom? Is that like a thing that Fae do? I don't.
I feel like I've definitely seen Sylvie eat things.
Yeah.
But like the things are questionable. Like sometimes she says she's going to eat like somebody's face that she doesn't like, and I think that sometimes she might think about doing that, and maybe also do more than think about doing that.
Tales from the Forgotten Troop. Potty training a fae.
Oh my god.
I'm not into it.
That's
That's
that happens
fine.
off camera.
Yeah,
God.
she also is going to need to like maybe Mark could wash her clothes or something.
Sylvia is aware enough of human habits that you do not have to cover that.
She just
Thank
really
God.
over explaining human habits to Sylvie until she's like, God, please stop.
Now you know how
She's
Joe
lived here for
felt.
a while. With the sex talk with Roxy.
God.
That was so funny though. Oh man. I wish I could have seen his face while he was doing it. But he turned beet red. I just kept playing stupid until he told me that the point of dating was sex, and I was like, I don't think that that's the point of dating, but you know. Then just pushed it further so he would give me the talk. And that was fine for me. That I enjoyed that very much. Don't tell him I did that to him. I feel like he'll be upset. It'll be less funny to him than it is to me.
Just a little.
Okay. Well, I imagine that Mrs. DeMarco probably sits all of you down at the dining room table and will constantly like refill plates and pour more coffee. So I kind of imagine Sylvie ends up really hyped up on caffeine. But
Yes.
Tony turns on the radio at some point and gets the like at first the news going, but when then that like starts to loop again, switches it over to a station. So there's some nice music in the household as the morning stretches on. Eventually when all the like plates are cleared and everything, Mama DeMarco definitely wrangles Tony into helping with the dishes, which he does a little grudgingly, but you know, we'll give her a hand. And it's, I mean, overall a pleasant morning. There's Uncle Polly is there, so a little bit of the extended family, but it's not as crowded as it was at the family dinner that you remember. What feels like so long ago. And eventually a phone rings. But I think we'll take a break and get to that in a few minutes.
Rip.
Also, I'm just picturing Sylvia on coffee being like, anytime in an animated movie when they give coffee to a squirrel.
Yes.
Yes.
We're not going
I
to tell
need
her
this
how
in
much
my
coffee
life.
the regular person drinks, so we're just going to let her keep drinking and keep drinking coffee.
You
It's
gotta
an
figure it out. It's
an experiment. It's fine.
She never gets to be high on caffeine. This
It's
is fun.
literally seeing if Sylvia on caffeine breaks the universe.
Hey, that might be the secret to getting out of this reality.
If we
That's
give
how we
her
get out of
enough
here.
coffee,
Hyper fae.
she might get her. She
Yeah.
might get her powers back, and then she can just run really fast at reality and
Oh my god.
portal.
It's like one of those Mentos and Coke situations. You just put the Mentos in,
my
swirl them,
God.
and just shake.
Then all this glitter just like poofs out.
Explodes.
Glitter explosion. Okay, but we'll be back in a few minutes to see what phone is ringing where and who was on the other line.
Hey, this might come out as total madness, but just wait. I really need to tell you something. 'Cause I feel alone in a room, surrounded by people
I think he would say, yeah, the Evans household.
The operator says, "Do you have the number associated with that account?"
Like,
Somewhere an operator's just like, well,
crap. I assume Thistle's gone like invisible again, like
Yeah.
we've reapproached civilization. Just sort of like whisper to the air. I don't suppose you know any numbers in Halcyon?
do I look like I know any numbers in Halcyon?
I don't know. I don't know what fairies know.
I'm not a fairy. I'm a sprite. I could try to find some, but I don't know if that'll be quick.
I mean, you could find some.
I mean, I could go to Halcyon and find some, but that won't be quick.
You can get to Halcyon?
Yes, you can too. It might just take a little bit longer.
Yeah, but that might take me days. Like, are you talking about like days?
Maybe not quite days, but probably more than a day.
Okay.
I can't just
Um,
magically appear there. It's not how it works.
I was hoping it could work. Okay. Is the gym around here? I gotta find where the gym's at. And Joe is gonna start trying to ask around and figure out where like the community gym is. Or heck, maybe somebody recognizes him.
Recognizes you and is like, you have one on campus?
Right. Yeah, right. Sorry. Yep.
I imagine you turn and start walking away, and this random
Yeah.
guy's just like, "Are you okay?"
Fine, totally fine.
The soul's just like smooth.
I'm not good under pressure. At least not with talking to people.
Okay, if this is your idea of pressure, then
This is
Maybe
very
I'm-
much my idea of pressure. I don't know what the hell's going on.
maybe it's not like it's so different from what you usually have to deal with. I have noticed that you're not great at lying, so maybe I'm expecting a little too much.
Kind of an asshole.
And you called me a bug, pot kettle.
I turn around to talk to Thistle, realize she's still invisible. Just like talk to the air again. Okay. I need you to stay with the phone. If it rings, come and get me. I'm gonna work out, I guess. Oh, this is so weird.
Okay. Guess I'll stay here.
For the record, sorry. It's been a weird day.
That's kind of apparent, but your apology is noted.
I'll take it. And Joe will go to work out, not really knowing what else to do in the intervening time.
I've got all this nervous energy. I have to get it out some way.
Yeah, he's just like, I have no idea what the hell is going on. Emotions are not where they're supposed to be. I'm not where I'm supposed to be. Help!
I don't
Yeah,
even know you
I'm
had the
basic.
house.
I didn't either.
I'm basically Joe in this universe. I basically am like a rock star rugby player. I'm a big deal. But that's the only weird thing I think in my life.
Why bring up Joe?
Well, he's like a rock star, like football player, whatever. I don't know.
I mean, you're a rock star football player too.
That, well, not as big as him, but that's only because I'm not allowed to be an offensive tackle. Apparently, it's offensive for me to be a tackle. Or a defensive tackle or lineman.
Show me life, show me love, make a change, time is up. We can wait for better days, but the days won't come. Show me life, show me love, show me life, show me love, make a change, time is up. We can wait for better days, but the days won't come. Show me life, show me love, this is all we got. Show me life, show me love, this is all we got. Show me love, show me love, this is all we got. Show me love, this is all we got. Show me love, this is all we got. Show me love, show me life, show me love, this is all we got. Sometimes life will push you down, make you fall onto the ground, but I know you will turn it around. Oh, this is all we got, and I know you'll make mistakes, get interference and lose your way. Find the light when it rains. Oh, this is all we got. Show me life, show me love, make a change, time is up. We can wait for better days, but the days won't come. Show me life, show me love, show me life, show me love, make a change, time is up. We can wait for better days, but the days won't come. Show me life, show me love, this is all we got. Show me life, show me love, this is all we got. Show me love, this is all we got. Show me love, this is all we got.
You do it to us
Leave
every
meeting.
time. Leave meeting.
It doesn't give you an option the second time.
I know, it's rude.
He signed the contract.
You've consented once, you've consented for the rest of the meeting.
That's not how consent works.
Zoom doesn't let you revoke your consent.
Actually, there's a little red button that says leave.
Zoom doesn't let you revoke your consent.
That's the safe button. Safe button, safe button.
I was about to say, it's like leave means the initial no, and then the leave button is just like the absolute no.
But
Yeah.
a phone rings very clearly in the DeMarco household.
Ta-da.
Picks up, hangs up. No, I'm just kidding.
No. I will fight you.
I'm waiting on a call. We've got to keep the line open.
Oh my god. I will actually leave this fucking meeting.
I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. That's not what she does. She answered. DeMarco residence. This is Roxy speaking. How may I help you?
So polite. Oh my gosh.
It's her customer service voice. She doesn't know what her family does in this world.
We're trying to
Joe,
contact you, but your
what do you
car's
say?
Yes. Okay, so I get connected and I hear Roxy.
Yep.
So immediately Joe is like going from a tentative like,
I just imagine the phone on your end rings and you just lunge for it.
yeah. I kind of actually, to tie into something that's going to happen later on, I kind of imagine Joe's like sitting there with a pen and a little bit of paper as he's like writing a list of things. Then the phone rings and he just like fumbles it and just like scrambles for the phone. Rox?
Joe, is that you?
Oh, thank God.
Sylvie yells, "Hi, Joe," from the back.
Oh my god.
The rest of the DeMarcos are just like, we don't know who Joe is, but hi, Joe.
The dog is out of the bag. Ow.
Yeah,
We'll
that.
take you off speakerphone real quick.
Oh my
They don't have speakerphone.
Yeah, we would just all be crowding around the receiver.
Anyways, so good to hear from you.
I.
Do you want to explain? Do you want to explain it to them, or do you want me to explain it to them?
Explanations later. Where are you?
Sylvie wants to know where you are. Like you can't hear her. She's like yelling into the phone next to me.
Hang on. And I'll like look around for a sign.
I mean, you saw the town name when you were trying to figure out where you were. So
Okay. I can just be anything.
sure.
Alright.
Small Arizona town name insert here.
I think I've got one. I think, yeah, it's Cactus Crossing.
That's a place.
It's
She says
like,
in character.
It sounds
like a
fake.
tiny place.
Not gonna lie, but it's a what?
it's pretty
Did you say it was
tiny
a
place.
spiny place?
tiny.
That would make sense with the cacti.
I mean, there's also some of that, but point is, you know who I am, right?
Yeah, I know who you are.
Okay, Tony didn't know who I was, and I was losing it.
We seem
Okay.
to be the only ones aware that we are in not where we're supposed to be.
Yeah.
That's Cynthia, right?
Yes.
Yeah, that's Cynthia, and she also knows who you are.
Okay.
And also
Tease
Elena
all
and
here.
Sylvie know who you are. Okay. Moving on.
We will have that discussion later.
Yep. Sounds good to me.
I don't know how long they're going to keep this line open. I've got like 50 cents and a third a tank of gas. I don't know how the hell I'm getting out there.
Where
Fine.
are you? Okay, we got that. Where is the closest big city where you're at?
That'd be Phoenix, but I'd have to head back, and I don't know if I got enough gas to get there.
No, I just need to like figure out where we need to get
What?
maps to.
What is the name of the place where this phone is at?
Cactus Crossing.
Cactus Crossing, Arizona. It's near the New Mexico border.
Okay.
No, is a phone in a building? Is it just in the middle of the fucking street?
It's a payphone outside. I like look at the building.
The
I think
general
it's City
store.
Hall. General store. Sorry.
Cough, cough.
Okay.
The combination City Hall general store.
Classic.
If you can't come to us, we might have to come to you.
Okay.
I am still. My friend's still missing. I need to find her first.
Yeah. Understandable there. I got a few questions about what's going on.
Okay, look. I might be able to like mail money to where you are or something, or if you.
That might take some time, though. How fast is it? It's our money order or something. I could just Google that.
See when Western Union was invented. Also, if you want, I could walk you through how to hotwire a car.
I'd like to not do that. I don't.
Are you sure? I think it would be fun for me to help you
Well,
commit a crime. All right,
mm,
well-
Time is limited. If he says no, he says no.
All right, fine.
he
Wire
could-
transfers existed in the 1950s.
We would just have to go to the post office. Or you would have to go to the post office to call them and set up a thing. We can try that.
I don't know if I got enough money to make another call.
Is there
We
a
can-
post office here? Or
How about we call you, same phone, charge it to my dad's account. You're not going to run out of time that way.
Okay, yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
The number is no, say the number.
Cynthia writes it down.
8675309.
8675. Wait.
nah, yeah. Anyway,
Crap.
How
Cease and
how are
desist.
you?
Not fantastic.
That's understandable.
My folks are together here.
Well, shit.
hey,
That's weird.
I have
You-
parents here.
Yeah.
Don't you have? Oh wait, right.
She's adopted. Be sensitive about it.
I was not sensitive about
God, excuse me for forgetting some details right now.
Okay, well, I'm just saying.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
So all of us just ran out. My family seems to be the only one that isn't like completely different. Although Sylvie seems to think that my Uncle Paulie is different, but I don't really see any differences. The biggest difference really is that I went to college for sports management, and that's weird. And Tony is not a mechanic.
Her family doesn't seem to be involved in the business they're involved in our world.
You
They're
mean
not
collections?
lawyers.
My
I
dad's in
don't-
collections.
I don't think I ever
Ah.
really explained what that business was.
It's
We were gonna
collections.
have
My
that
dad does
conversation.
collections.
Oops.
That
Right? Collections.
okay.
You just
Yeah,
keep
collections.
saying collections. Yeah.
Sure.
Sure.
Okay, I don't. This is so weird. Listen, I don't know if my folks are gonna be like looking for me. I had a game I skipped out on.
Does it really matter? I don't think any of this world is real.
I don't know. This feels pretty damn real.
Well, we could all just be hallucinating together.
Group hallucination.
Granted, let's not test that because I feel like if we get shot in this world, it might hurt still.
We have
Well, of course, it's
more
gonna hurt.
resources to deal with things here. If we can get you here, we can plan more effectively from that point.
Yeah, let's send him some money, and then maybe
I mean-
he can have gas to get up here.
Are you still working with Hecate, or could you I don't know, get a jet out?
Yeah,
here
you
or
are.
something?
I don't know that.
That's what I would tell you. I would say, yes, you are. We found that out yesterday, and I forgot to tell you. I'm sorry.
That I still. There is no Hecate in this world.
Wait,
oh, not.
what?
Yeah, we don't know who Hecate is.
Yeah. No, you're right. I would not know that. You're right.
I know she works at Barnet.
No,
That is
she
all
works.
we
She
know.
works at Bonnet, but I don't think she. There's no superheroes in this world. What, Joe?
What?
None.
Elena's gonna go ask the DeMarcos if they have any like a country atlas or something.
None. None at all. No
atlases?
powers.
Wait.
Significant events involving powers didn't happen.
Okay.
We all barely have our powers. It takes so much focus to just do the smallest thing.
I can get my claws out for like 5 seconds, but that's
It-
about it.
That's about, yeah, the same parallel situation over here.
Okay, that is. Oh, that's more scary. Okay. Wait, then. Okay, that actually raises more questions.
Yeah, I don't know.
Oh. Okay, but you got the number. You can call me.
Yes. Is there a post office in the town you're in?
I would assume so.
Stores would probably work too.
Good to know.
Thanks, Wikipedia. Sponsor us.
Oh, hello, Boom. Do
Okay.
you want to sponsor us?
Wikipedia is the most walkable internet dictionary.
Internet
It's the
site.
most walkable internet encyclopedia.
You can walk.
It'll walk you
quickly.
down the longest of rabbit holes.
That is true.
That's not a lie. Listen, I've spent many of 3 a.m. weird thoughts on Wikipedia rabbit holes. Okay.
We support it.
Okay,
Yeah.
so
I'll
if
try
I
to get. I'll see what I can do to wire some money to you. It will be under your civilian name.
okay, it's just gonna have to be okay, I guess.
Would you be willing to check in regularly as you travel towards Halcyon? That's a long fucking drive.
I'd need some change, but yeah, I mean, my hope
Money's
here
headed
is-
your way, dude.
Okay, I really all I need is enough for like a train ticket or something. If I can get an express line to the East Coast,
Okay. Where's the closest train station to where you are, if you know?
that would probably be Phoenix.
Okay,
Probably,
so
I mean, you're near the New Mexico border, so your next the other closest area would probably be Albuquerque, New Mexico.
I could maybe make it to Albuquerque.
okay, so get you to Albuquerque and then get some train tickets out to here. We can make it work, I think.
This is so messed up.
Yeah, that's fair. But I need you to stay focused, okay?
I'm really trying here, but
I know you are. And it's a lot. And seeing as you got where you got to, I think you're doing a pretty good job. But this is a problem that we'll have a better chance of solving together.
where the hell are we getting out of here?
I don't fucking know. But I'm gonna figure it out.
We do have
Okay.
ties back.
Tethers.
Like the thing Elena had?
Correct.
Okay, then Elena, you said you like dreamed yourself back, right? Has anybody tried that?
We tried last night, I guess, to find my
dream
friend,
fucking.
but no luck.
I'm pretty certain my senses are kind of shot. I don't know how much help I'd be with finding her. Did you check the hospitals at all?
That's the next plan.
Jeez. No supers. This is so weird.
That's fair. It's a weird fucking world right now.
And it's also
But-
kind of weird that I'm happy to hear all of you.
You're not normally happy to hear from us. I'm offended.
Ugh, it usually means trouble of some kind. This
That's
time
fair.
it's just everything else that's trouble.
I'm going to take that as a compliment. But all right, I'll go figure out the money situation.
And if you could, I don't know, wire like an extra 20. I haven't gotten to eat anything.
We're gonna get you some food as well. Jeez.
Thanks.
Okay.
Gosh, we gotta get him here, and Mom's gotta feed him. She'll lose it if she knows you haven't eaten anything.
I had
God.
$2.50.
She's gonna get in the car right now. All I gotta
Just
say
your
is
Mama
Mom.
DeMarco from the other room. Who hasn't eaten anything?
My friend Joe, he's in Arizona and he hasn't had anything for like a day and a half.
It's more like, I think, 3/4 of a day at this point. I don't know.
Shh.
I've got to call up an emergency express care package.
All right, Ma, that sounds good. He's at what's it called that you're at?
Cactus Crossing General Store.
Cactus Crossing General Store, ma.
Well, shoot, I don't know where the hell that is, but I'm sure am gonna find it.
She'll probably have something to you within the hour. Not gonna lie.
God.
The woman's determined to feed everybody.
There's this
Okay.
whole just like spy action sequence going on in the kitchen where Mama
Yes.
DeMarco pulls out like a recipe box, but it's actually a Rolodex of phone numbers. It's just like a chain
love it.
connection to all of the housewives in the United States.
That's like that faraway shot where it's like
Oh my
across the
God.
stage.
Yeah.
It's the Italian homemaker's meal train.
God.
In Arizona.
Perfect.
They're all secretly mafia wives. It's fine.
Later, this is going to be a reality TV show.
Oh my god.
One last thing before the line cuts off, just in case, I don't know, for some reason you can't reach me back. If all else fails, I've got another option of sorts to reach out to you guys, but it would take a while to get to you. Where are you, like, I don't know, based for the time being?
We're working
What?
at Araxi's place mostly. But what? What do you mean?
Yeah, everybody
Uh,
else's family situation's weird, so it seems the best to stay here.
Well, I had a passenger come in here.
You had a what?
A passenger?
Kind of passenger.
Did you kidnap somebody?
It's the stag, my god.
No, I did not
Orals
kidnap
way
someone.
lesser than
The
kidnapping.
bike
on
just bit him
the
on the ass and
totem.
won't let go.
Did you
Sylvie?
get a bug or something, or like a pet? What?
Yeah.
Do you know a sprite named Thistle?
Do I know a sprite named Thistle, Charlie? Does this name ring a bell?
That is an excellent question. Maybe vaguely.
I'm vaguely aware of a sprite named Thistle.
She's apparently been following me all summer and decided to follow us in. But the thing is, she still has powers.
The fuck?
Yeah, that's what I'm sitting here wondering.
That is slightly more concerning than I want to address right
Yeah, that's an
pin in
accurate
that.
assessment.
Yeah, we're gonna put a pin on the fact that there has been a sprite following you the entire summer.
I was
We're
gonna bring it up, but then the whole rooftop scene and try to help with that, and then the portal and this.
Yeah.
Okay,
Also
um,
begs the question where my passenger is and what it's doing.
Oh god.
I'm not sure
stag.
we want to know. It's just a sentient bicycle eating people.
Sure, it's fine.
It's just a trike, and there's this ominous sound of a bell dinging.
Oh my god. No, it's
totally
like
fine.
it's a trike, but it's like mechanized. So every time the wheels spin, it like has a pair of like a tiny like set of jaws on the front that like
What's
I'm sure it'll be
that?
fine.
What's that movie with like the possessed car?
Christine.
Oh,
It's
goodness,
that, but with a bike.
Christine.
oh my god.
So
Not remember the
yeah,
name.
if all else fails, I can like send her out to Halcyon. She can get there faster than I can.
Okay, let's focus on getting you money first though, because I don't want you to starve.
Mom's
mean-
on it. You're gonna have food soon. Ma, it's for Joe Hatakley. H-A. Just start spelling his name.
HATATHLI. Got it. All right.
Yep.
God, okay. Well-
Frantic sounds of pans banging around in the kitchen.
We are now going to put several pins in several things.
Sylvia's just
yeah.
slightly making the note that she's pretty sure Roxy's mom could find her in the Fey realm if she hadn't eaten.
Oh my god. That's her power.
All else failed. just invoke Mama DeMarco and tell her you're hungry, and out of nowhere she will come with a care package. You
Oh my
don't.
god.
So he's like,
But-
I
Just
just really eat food like
Kicks,
that, but okay.
just kicks a hole through reality.
Oh, that's where
I
Roxy
brought the
gets it.
lasagna.
Now I understand. Now this makes sense. That's
Just Kool-Aid
so-
Man smashes into the Fey realm.
yeah.
So what do you need from me in order to make this wire transfer happen? I've never really done one of these before.
Yeah, my ass here because I don't know how they work. We'll get it set up in your name. You should be able to go to the post office there, tell them who you are, tell them I have a transfer waiting for you, and I'll try to work out the details on my end.
Okay, thanks.
Not immediately. I need some time.
Yeah, that's fine. I'll try to stick by this phone. Be honest, some of the locals are giving me weird looks at this point.
Fair. Okay. We'll make it work.
Just if you need me to reach me, call this number.
We will. Okay. Good luck. Try to stay sane if you can. Kind of a challenge given the circumstances. but
Yeah, it's getting difficult.
that's fair.
And I hope you find your friend.
Me too, because she was bleeding out when she went to the portal. So, all right. Passes the phone back to Roxy. Okay. Wire transfer.
Okay, so wire transfer. We gotta follow tethers. We got a lot of things on the to-do list. Ma's gonna get him some food right away so that he's fed. Poor boy, he can't go without food that long. Have you seen how big he is?
Werewolf metabolism.
I don't think he has that here, but you know,
Quarterback
Yes.
metabolism.
Sleep.
yeah.
Regardless, Joe, I'm sure it'll be fine. But we know where he is now. That's a start.
Yeah, we'll make it work.
Why don't we head to get the transfer started? I'll keep an eye out for anything that reminds me of a tether while we travel.
Okay. Works for me.
I guess Sylvia will probably start getting ready to head out.
Also, just as a fun note, so you said add an extra $20 onto what we send you. In 1953 currency, that would be $227.
Send $5.
That's
And then-
$56.
Yeah.
That's fair.
He's hungry.
Oh yeah,
That's fair.
yeah. Well,
He's
I-
hungry. Gotta cover a few meals in there, like
Yeah.
2.
no, she's probably gonna send about 50 in 50 in today's currency, but in 1953 that'd be about 568. Plan
Okay.
for any contingency.
All right.
People are gonna think Joe's working for the mob.
I feel like
How are you
Well-
going to go about doing this?
I
Yeah,
think
that's the
family is
question.
the mob in this world, okay?
probably tries to borrow some of Roxy's clothing, realizes just how small it's going to be, and then immediately goes into Tony's room, takes one of his shirts.
Yes. I love
And
it.
they're laying on his bed, and she just like walks in and starts taking his shit.
Steals his shit. Oh my God.
Oh, this leather jacket's nice.
There's no leather jackets in his closet. There are a few suits though.
Oh, Sylvia will definitely grab a suit.
Oh my God. Yes.
All right.
Tony.
Well, I won't be disappointing my brother in this. Not. Roxy's like face is red. Still be in a suit.
Oh my god.
Did the temperature get hot in here? I don't know what's going on. Is this how Joe feels around you all the time when you do the pheromone thing?
To answer the earlier question of how we actually plan to do this, what Cynthia was going to do was try to sneak back into her house and first check her room to see if she has any financial information on file, since there are no computers.
Okay. Yeah, I'd say. I mean, considering sneaking around is not a super powered skill, you could probably fairly easily get back into the house using the old roots. Stealthiness. There's. You probably hear like music from the radio going and maybe some occasional chatter.
Also, it's a big house.
It is.
There are ways to avoid people.
Yes. But
It's no small estate, but
but you can get back to your room.
all right.
And
We're gonna look for financial information.
you find a like bank records and a checkbook in your name. Transactions from weekly deposits or like paychecks, essentially, where you're putting in money from a job of some sort. But yeah, you have a bank account in your name.
Okay. She's gonna gather up the necessary information she would need to actually place a wire transfer.
Okay.
So account numbers,
Mhm.
that sort of thing.
Identification, all that jazz.
Yeah. Yeah, all that jazz.
Yep.
Account
And,
number, phone number, last word, social, name. I have done this many times.
And we're just sneaking back out again.
Okay. You can do that. It's Sunday, it's quiet, so
And then meeting up with the rest of the girls and heading to the bank.
you can get over there. I don't know if banks were open on Sundays in the 1950s, but I'll just say this one is. Cut you some slack.
It's this brand new service they're offering.
Oh my god.
How innovative.
You might need it for those Sunday drives. Or I don't know, maybe the post office was open or something. Yeah.
Okay.
Anyway, you can
and-
find some way where you can.
I mean, if this is
I imagine
our ideal
through a s-
reality, we
And
need
there
to
would be like a
open.
store that probably does them.
Like where
You
the
can
Imagine-
you can
fame
find
comes-
some location where you can stores would be open at least. So there's somewhere.
Through
where
a
you can-
series of,
Let
I'd
it
imagine, phone calls is able to locate the post office in Cactus Crossing.
Yep.
Sets up a transfer of $50, which in today's currency would be $568.
Okay.
Dollars.
Yeah, the people
Inflation, man.
placing the transfer are just like, whoa. But
Cynthia kind of puts on her socialite, I know what I'm doing, do not question me kind of demeanor for it.
Okay.
But we get that sent, and should probably check in with Joe later to make sure that all worked.
okay.
Joe's waiting for your call.
Okay, so we're gonna, well, Cynthia was gonna head back to Roxy's place if Roxy's okay with that, and we're gonna
Always.
do the whole song and dance for a cross-country
Another-
call.
Yeah.
Yep.
Another interstate call.
And while we're doing this all over town, Sylvia's trying to keep an eye out for any of these weird blurs that she had observed previously.
Go ahead and roll to unleash your powers.
Oh god, this is
Again, playing a little fast and loose with the
yeah.
definition of that here.
Which reminds me, did you mark a
Yep,
potential for
I
missing the
did.
last one? Okay. Want to make sure.
I also advanced.
Hey.
So
Yay.
Fancy.
Future.
So that is an 8.
Hey.
Okay.
Would you like to mark a condition, or I can tell you how the effect is unstable or temporary?
I feel like I'll take a condition in this situation. Give me a
Alright.
second to refamiliarize myself with conditions. I feel like this is not going to help in the future, but she's feeling kind of hopeless right now. She's not sure what she's doing, and
That's fair.
she's feeling very much like a fish out of water.
That is fair. Okay. So the anxiety is high, but as you are bebopping all around Halcyon City, getting this taken care of.
Bebopping.
Bebopping.
Pretty bit about a box.
I'd say through this you do notice, since you are focusing a lot more intently, your connection is getting stronger to this ability, and you can see the tethers of your teammates much more clearly. But would you be going around by car? That's the fastest way to get around. So
Probably.
Okay. So I'd say you're probably passing driving along a street and see a little bit of a fuzzy blurriness on a side of a city block. And I think as you focus in on it a little more, you see just like the faintest outlining of a circle of light. So what you would imagine like the end of the tether is, you just see the faintest outline of it peeking through the side of one of these buildings on the city block.
Sylvie will yell stop to whoever is driving.
I'd imagine it's Roxy.
Roxy.
Yeah, and will probably be partially out of the car before it stops because she's seeing something that she would-
Let's still be
Elena's
asked
just
to
gonna
drive
take
again, in which
after.
case Roxy is again backseat driving, doing the shifting part of it.
in which case
but-
Sylvie just like jams both her feet on the brake.
Oh,
And
that you're gonna kill! Oh no!
she's not even listening at this point. She's out of the car looking at
Roxy
this corner.
just jumps in to like fix it and like restarts the car so that she can
Oh
put
my
it in
God.
park. Oh, you're gonna kill the oh no. Well, at least this world, Tony probably won't be as mad that his gears are all ground in his clutches. Probably not doing great. I should probably fix that before we leave this world. I might just need to fix that. It's fine.
Sylvia's
She's doing
trying.
great, learning how to drive.
I
It's
imagine
good.
Sylvie's just like running down.
Yeah, trying to
sidewalk.
follow this.
Okay.
It's good. It's fine. No
So-
problem.
Sylvie has launched herself out of the car and is like running down the sidewalk. What are
Oh my God.
Roxy is trying to pull the
Elena's
car over
taking
the
after
curb.
her.
What
Yeah.
are you doing?
Roxy's taking over the car to safely park it because you can't just treat a car like that. I don't care if it's not that nice of a car or it's not a super fast car. You still gotta treat it with respect, right, baby? She just like backed the car.
Yes.
All right.
I
so
like my cars like I like my women to play.
So
Take
Elena's
good care of them.
Elena's running after Sylvie. What is Cynthia doing?
Getting out of the fucking car. Chasing after Sylvie. And
Okay.
Elena.
Roxy will catch up as soon as the car is safely parked.
Okay.
It's done proper.
Not in the middle of the road.
Yeah.
Okay. I'd imagine that both Elena and Cynthia can probably hustle and catch up with Sylvie as she's making her way down this line of buildings, trying to find the source of this light.
Elena will help. It's not
I mean,
gonna
I
help.
don't-
She can't see it, but she'll just
Yeah.
look around.
Yeah, Cynthia's also trying to figure out where they are in the city.
Yeah. Keep an eye out
Wow.
in case we're running into a problem.
I'd
Oh,
say
This is my
it
sister's fucking clinic.
probably takes a minute before you realize that this area is strangely familiar. And
I feel like we were here yesterday looking for you.
eventually
I don't think you actually physically went to the clinic,
No,
did
we
you?
just called.
Oh, never mind. You're right.
Yeah.
You're right. Thank you for reminding
you just
me.
called Cynthia was the only one who physically
Yeah.
went there. But eventually you come to a point where you can see this point of light coming fairly clearly through the front door of a building, and on the door it says Anderson Health Clinic.
God damn it, Bex. Is there a way to go around the building to triangulate which room this is in or coming from?
You could certainly try. I imagine on this block, the buildings are fairly close together, so there are probably alleyways that you could go in. But it might be, since it is a clinic, there's like offices and storage areas and patient rooms, so it might be a little harder to figure out exactly where inside that is.
That's fair.
Can I describe like where in relation to the building the tether is to Cynthia? Seeing as she obviously knows the building, so she could potentially eliminate areas that it could be originating from.
Yeah, it's not coming directly out of the center of the building. It's probably like if you're facing the front door, it's probably a couple feet to the right. And at least from your knowledge of the clinic from where you come from, you have an idea that's probably where some of the patient rooms are. So assuming the layout is the same here, since you didn't actually like go into the back of the clinic when you were here.
Okay. So, general area?
So, crime?
Should be just like
Roxy's like when
Ice
someone
cream?
says crime, her like she like
You
perks up just a
said-
little.
she didn't. Is there?
A little light B&E, especially if this isn't real. It doesn't really count if it's not a real world, right? Like it's not.
But it kind of maybe.
It's also the middle of the day.
Yeah.
But they don't allow people in the night.
It's also Sunday, so it's closed.
What if one of us?
Oh.
Oh,
If it's-
well then,
oh.
like B&E it is.
B&E it is.
It's like a B&E date to really
Okay,
bring
so-
things together, you know.
People would still be working on Sunday though if they have patients that like if they have an actual inpatient setup, they'd have to have people working like staff.
They are not traditionally inpatient. It's typically outpatient. Occasionally as far as your knowledge of how things were set up in your reality, the cases of actual inpatient scenarios were few and far between most of the time. If there was a critical case where
Yeah.
round the clock care was needed, there would be a transfer to a hospital where they were more suited for that kind of thing. So there is a rare chance that, there could be a once in a blue moon event where Rebecca needed to stay overnight for whatever reason, but it's not a...
Okay, so there probably aren't staff on the weekends then.
Likely not. Also, like with those other cases, because it is a smaller clinic, their staff isn't huge, so they don't have a lot of resources, so it would often be Rebecca who would be sort of the doctor on call.
All right. So I don't have any guarantee that the clinic is the same, but could I compare to like my memories of what it is like in our world and try to figure out where would be the best point to enter in our world, kind of hoping it's the same?
There is, I imagine there's probably a side alley door, and you could look around and see if there's one here as well. Because it would, as far as the other building, you'd have the front entrance and probably an alley door where they could like get out if there was a dumpster and take out the trash and stuff. So 2 entry points basically.
Okay. We're going to do the alley door and we're going to attempt to pick the lock.
Do you have anything to help you pick the lock?
Does anyone have a bobby pin and something that I can use for tension?
I have a
Probably
suit.
because-
Probably have a hairpin.
Oh,
I'm also in a suit. I might have cufflinks and
Ooh.
like the like little buttons that, assuming that they might have a stick or like a pin or something.
Roxy does put
Okay.
her hair up
Tie
left.
pin.
But she said, hold on a second, let's see what we got in the car.
Tools in the car.
My God.
Runs to the car to see what's in the glove box. I mean, she's used to like carrying like a little toolbox. Like her car's ready to go with like everything you need.
Would Tony have like a pocket knife in his car or something?
Otherworld Tony would.
Yeah, I was gonna say
maybe.
regular universe, maybe.
There's no toolbox in the glove compartment. No,
Trunk.
no pocket knife either. There might be like, probably find a pen in there.
She starts pulling apart the pen to
Okay.
give her like the,
The
Yeah.
nub and stuff.
yeah. See, I'd do so good if there was like an apocalypse or something. I'm very, very good at like building stuff from nothing. It's almost as if I like got like some, talents, like some guy who hypothetically doesn't exist yet named MacGyver.
I had a feeling that was going to come up.
We invented
A rubber
MacGyver.
band, some gum, and a bobby pin. We will blow up this
Trademark.
building. Okay.
I mean, between Echo's smarts and Roxy's creative building
Oh my
skills,
God.
they probably could.
If anybody could.
Add Sylvie's weirdness and Elena's moral support, and they can do anything.
Dude, Elena's the ultimate hype girl. Like,
Okay. So you're making the best of the assembled materials, we are
Yeah.
going to attempt to pick the lock.
Okay. I'll say it probably takes. It's not as quick as it normally is without your preferred tools and kind of using just bits and pieces of what you could find.
I like to think that she did check her room for lockpicking tools and there weren't any and she was mad about it.
I love that. So you
It's
can
like, God damn it, me in this world who isn't a delinquent.
writes a note to yourself. Get
some
lockpicking kits,
lockpicking tools.
damn it.
Pretty much. Hides it somewhere. Okay.
But you can use this makeshift tool, and it takes longer, but I'll say you managed to get the door unlocked.
Okay.
There's
I'm
no
gonna-
alarm system, so
And there's no camera surveillance.
Nope. And
I
it's
imagine
Sunday, so
without,
downtown is fairly
Yeah.
quiet.
Elena will keep an eye out while they're
Thank you.
doing that.
I would imagine that without superhero advancing or superhero stuff advancing tech through comic book levels, tech is generally lower level in general. But anyways, creeping into the building, preferably with Sylvie close to the front, so we can figure out where this is coming from.
Is
And Pink
everyone
Panther
going
music
Also-
is playing in the background out of nowhere. Just no one
Also,
knows.
listening for anybody who might be here so we can avoid them.
Okay. Is everyone
Sneaky,
going
sneaky.
inside,
So-
or is Elena
Yeah.
gonna stay outside to keep watch?
I will also note that
If Lane
Sylvie. Oh,
Stays
sorry.
out, I will. Sorry.
I will also note that Sylvie is avoiding fingerprints because technically forensic science does exist right now.
Do Faye have fingerprints? I'm so confused.
I feel like her civilian identity might.
That's
Okay.
fair.
Elena,
As
are we-
they're
Elena she'll stay on as lookout.
Roxy will also stay out and Roxy will,
Try
I
to
don't know,
look
stick some
casual.
bubble gum in the thing so that the little latch on the door doesn't like
What do
Oh
people
my
do
God.
outside the building?
TFT where we
Smoke.
creatively use bubble gum.
Do you have cigarettes? be
Cynthia. Oh my god. Cynthia logics that her fingerprints are probably in the clinic in general, since she is
Yeah.
around here, sometimes gets supplies, etc. So she's gonna do a tiny supply raid and grab a pair of actually, I don't know if did the 50s have disposable gloves? I'd imagine they did
Yes.
because surgery.
I think
but
so.
Yes.
Yes, I don't think they were rubber quite yet.
I don't think they were
might have
latex.
been-
They might have been rubber.
They might have been like cloth.
I maybe.
We do so many interesting. Wikipedia
Rubber
searches on
surgical
this show.
gloves were introduced in 1894.
shit.
I was gonna
Okay,
say
That's way later than I thought they would be.
Okay, so,
Disposable,
1894.
disposable gloves were primarily made
In
up
the
of rubber
1800s?
until the 1990s. Then it was
So we're
discovered
gonna-
that rubber latex didn't stop certain chemicals.
Yeah.
Gonna take
Nitrile
two
is
pairs
what
of
you wanna
those, hand off a pair to Sylvie, put on a pair herself.
Yep.
She feels much more comfortable having gloves on, even though she doesn't have powers in this version of the world.
Okay.
And we're gonna sneaky sneak
Mhm.
Okay.
while keeping an eye out for anyone who might be here.
Um. Would you? I feel like that is a bit of an assess the situation there.
I would agree with that. Let's find the right page.
That's gonna be plus superior.
Yes.
Do you want Sylvie to assist with this?
Let's
They
see
can
what
choose to
you
do
get
so
first.
Oh,
Tis-
that's true.
Okay, 'tis a 7. Because my superior is back up to +2.
Okay,
Yeah.
so on a 7 to 9, you can ask 1 and take +1 while acting on the answers.
Oh, technically, I think I would also have a +1 from Hecate, technically. But
I was about to say I don't know if that would necessarily apply.
I
here,
think that
but-
was just for navigating this world and possibly getting back.
okay, yeah, that's fair.
Because
Anyways,
your questions
plus-
to her were just like, what do I do? What's on the other side?
Yeah, okay. So going off the logic that we do have presumably a way to find Sarah through the tether system.
Mhm.
My question is going to be, what here is the biggest threat? Oh,
Yeah.
wait, no, that doesn't apply here because it's not a fight.
Nope. I'll say this is not a threat in the traditional sense, but you do hear sounds of movement within the clinic and maybe just like some murmuring to herself, but you do recognize Rebecca's voice. So you know that she's here.
Okay, I kind of like poke Sylvie and point in the direction where it is.
Sylvie will nod and do her best to remain quiet.
Okay. But you still have the visual on the tether, and it is leading you through the clinic near towards the back.
Towards the noises or away from the noises?
Sort of semi towards them. Because there's like one hall leading back there, but it's like still sort of off to the side.
Mhm.
So you expect that there's either a room that she's in or another hallway that or a little like alcove or whatever that she's probably down that you will just have to like pass.
Okay.
To get to keep following this tether.
So it's not like they look to be in the same area.
They're not
or
from the
like
same
this-
location.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. So sneaking towards the noise.
Okay.
Yep.
Well, not towards the noise, towards the tether, rather.
Yeah.
Quick correction.
I mean, with your skill and everything and the element of surprise, that's easy enough to do. You do see that there's another sort of like connecting hallway between this clinic that you can tell the noises are coming from and you can slip past. I'd say like most of the lights are off in the clinic, but you do see some illumination from a room. Okay. Where the door is probably just open like a crack, so there's just a little sliver of light coming out. But then you keep going down the rest of the hallway and find that Sylvie, you see that the tether just heads this pretty much like straight through a door into what you would assume to be a patient room.
I indicate exactly which door.
Gonna open it.
Okay. You open it and
Oh god.
there's probably maybe a little lamp or something in the corner that's on, but you do see that there is a cot in this room, and stretched out on the cot is Sarah, who appears to be unconscious or sleeping.
Okay,
Kind of two
Gonna-
sides of the same coin.
gonna pull Sylvie into the room and close the door again behind us.
Okay.
Is
Is there a lock on the door? Oh, sorry.
Oh, you can go first.
There is not a lock on the door.
All right, fair enough.
Is there like an IV or something hooked up to Sarah or anything along those lines that would make potentially getting her out of here even more difficult / potentially being a source of keeping Sarah unconscious?
There. She is hooked up to an IV. I will say from Cynthia's sort of experience around all of this stuff, from a cursory glance, you can tell that this is a method to give Sarah fluids and does not appear to be anything that is drugging her from an initial inspection.
I'm gonna go closer, see how she looks. You said she's unconscious?
Unconscious / sleeping.
I'm gonna
One or the
attempt
other.
to wake her up quietly.
Okay.
Sylvie may or may not be right behind the door in an effort to block it if this goes south.
Actually,
yeah?
first I want to check if there are any places in the room that would feasibly be hiding positions or places.
maybe one of you could squeeze between the cot and the wall and get some cover, but other than that, it's a pretty sparse room. Again, this clinic is not designed for long-term care, so
Yeah.
it's
Is
kind
there
of
a chair in
makeshift.
this room?
There's probably a little stool.
So nothing with the back I could wedge under the door knob or anything to keep it, or latch or whatever, to potentially barricade a little better. To buy us time.
Probably not, no.
Okay.
What floor are we on?
I imagine it's just a one-floor clinic, so the first.
Oh, okay.
Like it probably takes up the first floor of the whole building.
Is there a window?
I don't think so. I wouldn't say so because it would probably look out onto an alley, and I'd imagine they'd be a little worried about privacy with
That's fair.
people possibly like peeking through the windows.
Okay. So I'm gonna forego waking her up for a second there, go to Sylvie and say, well, there's two options. I wake her up, or leave a note with her with a number to Roxy's place. The clinic has a phone, they might let her use it.
We take her now, there's the potential people will be looking. And
I'd
it
rather
may
not.
Give us away.
I don't think we should take her, given the IV, and we don't have the medical setup, and she's hurt bad, so I don't think we should take her.
I don't think, and neither of us have our medical abilities.
No.
Sylvie is gonna try and do a cursory glance and see if she can determine anything and make sure she's stable.
Looking over her, she's definitely stable. Her breathing is even. She does look pretty rough. You could probably see maybe whatever gown, like clinic gown or something she's wearing is sort of like pulled to the side, and you can see that she has a large amount of dressings around her midsection.
Mm-hmm. What?
I admit I desperately want to talk to her, but I don't know if I try to wake her up, if she'll yell or something, and we can't get caught here.
Sarah, the only thing is we need to make sure that she's the one that finds any note we leave.
Yeah.
And not.
I can disguise my handwriting, sign it as Echo, not as me.
Is that enough proof that she'll believe it?
I don't know.
I guess we have to take that chance.
Yeah. God. Okay, so I imagine that Cynthia probably has some of the papers and crap she took from her place. But her first goal is going to be to try to find like a notepad or something and a pen in the room. Just
yeah, there's probably a prescription pad.
Okay.
That they keep in every room with like a pen.
She's gonna take it, and she's going to write on the back of it, alternate reality, question mark. Not sure. Period. Stopped by to see you. Decided to let you sleep instead. When you're able, call this number. Signs it as Echo. And then in as like a little PS at the bottom, it says, how'd that splatter art turn out? And we're going to fold it up, and we're going to just sort of just finding a place where it won't be found by Rebecca, but will be found by her. Maybe just like putting it under her, I guess. That might disturb her though, so.
I will say
Just write the whole
I will
number
say
on her arm.
there
Does she
is-
have like slippered feet or anything?
Mm.
Like in a sock or a slipper of some sort?
She probably has
Okay.
some compression socks on or something.
Gonna try to stick it in the sock.
Okay.
Rip.
Being very very careful, you can lift part of the blanket and the gown away and lift up the edge of the sock and tuck this in there. Sarah probably stirs a little bit at the intrusion, but just resettles and keeps sleeping.
Cynthia takes a moment to just look at her. She says, I'm sorry. And stands up. We gotta get out of here.
We do.
Before we leave the room, I am gonna listen just to see if I can. If Rebecca seems to have come closer or gone farther away. Or is in the same spot.
It seems that she has moved a bit closer.
Okay. What was the hallway situation outside of this room?
As far as like what else there is in the hallway?
Like, is it a long hallway where if she'd moved closer, like she might be able to see down to where we are, or are there a lot of corners?
There's not a lot of corners, but there was a corner around towards where she was when you passed her the first time. So
Okay.
the fact that she moved closer doesn't necessarily mean she's in the same hallway as you. And there are also a number of other rooms, possibly closets.
Okay.
Sylvie may or may not be getting ready to glitter bomb someone in the face if she needs to.
My God. Ready?
Ready as I'm gonna be.
Very quietly, we're gonna open the door.
Okay. You can do so. And it seems, at least for this moment, the hallway is clear.
Close the door behind us. Reevaluate on whether or not it seems like we could get out at this moment, or if it seems like Rebecca's like close enough where she'd see us sneaking past the branching off hallway she was in.
There is a possibility that she might be close enough, but you do know that considering she was in a room the first time you went past, there's also a chance she'd be inside of a room and miss your exit.
Is there another way out?
The front of the clinic, but you'd have to pretty much go the same way to get to the entrance.
Okay. No way but forward. Let's go. Staying very quiet.
Okay. You are moving down the hallway and hit that sort of intersection and say, as the observer, we see you just squeak past the side of the corner as Rebecca exits the room she was in, arms full of supplies, and you get around hook around the last corner towards the little divot where the door is that you came through. Rebecca turns the corner and heads towards Sarah's room.
Cynthia's like internally hyperventilating.
Sylvie's just guiding Cynthia and trying to make sure that, if necessary, she can throw something to obscure the
Frog.
to get off.
We're gonna head out the side door, having hopefully successfully delivered a message.
You squeak out the side door and carefully let it shut.
As soon as it shuts, Sylvie's like, go, go, go. And like,
Roxy will have grabbed the gum out and then
No.
just like,
No running.
no, she's not running, but she's just like,
everybody
Yeah.
put your arms
going.
around each other. We'll just be gay. Just be super gay Sunday. Just like everybody, just like
Sun
like
gay.
hold
Let's-
hands or something. Hold
let's
hands.
just-
We're just
Let's
regular.
just get to the car.
All right, fine.
Go to the car and bounce.
Some gay, yes.
Some gay. I love
Okay.
It is the holiest
Isn't that
of
just Apollo?
days. We are taking some gay. It's our day of worship.
You can make it back to the car.
We should call Joe.
Yes. Going to Roxy's place.
Do you want me to drive? We should
Yes.
probably not get pulled over after
Yes,
we just broke
please.
into a clinic. Yeah.
Uh,
I'm gonna drive. Whoever wants to step front can step front. She just starts fiddling with like all the like getting the seat, because Sylvie's so much taller than her, like getting the seat way up
God.
and like turns. Wait, do they have car radios at this point? I
Yes,
assume
wait.
they do.
I think so.
I think they do. Like they had them in like some of the movies from like World War II, right?
Like, there are early cell phones at this time, if I remember correctly, and they're routed through the car radio. So
Yeah, I know. I had a car phone when I was growing up, and that's how old I am. Anyways, remember the car phones. Anyways, so she just turns on the radio and like inconspicuous, just driving on a Sunday.
Sunday drive.
Nothing weird about Sunday Drive.
Just a bunch of gals being pals. It's fine.
Living gal pals.
Nothing conspicuous about this. We are not doing our quota of crime.
Just a bunch of gals being pals is the same energy of just a bunch of guys being dudes.
Dudes
Yes.
being guys. Dude, guys being gay. That fine. Yes.
Yes.
But you can get back to the DeMarco household.
Okay.
Right. Let's call Joe, and then I don't know, should we just go get him? I bet you if I tell Ma he's just stranded, we could probably just go pick him up. She'd probably give us like the car and some
Honestly,
gas money.
it'd be less time for him to come to us.
That's true.
He's already
And
he
we
has a
can
head
plan our
start.
next move.
We also probably, if we're gonna go, if we have any chance of reopening a portal, we probably got to do it in the same spot that it opened before, which is here
Maybe.
in Halcyon, you know, on top of
Also-
the museum.
Also, Sarah's in a bad way.
Yeah.
Yeah, she probably
Preferably
got
if
a.
she-
Find her.
She was the patient that my sister brought in and then subsequently lied about, which I guess makes sense from a medical ethics standpoint, but I'm still mad about it. So, we left a note with her.
Yeah.
I left her the number here. If Bex will let her call me, I guess. The note's not from me, it's from Echo. So we'll see.
That's good.
Yeah.
also-
For now though, we need to call Joe and let him know that the stuff is all set up.
Is anybody's parents going to be worried about them? Do you guys got to call your parents or something?
I think mine might.
I'm not entirely sure.
They probably would.
Sylvie, I
Maybe
don't think we should worry about your parents. I don't know.
We'll
what to do
worry
with that.
when there's a missing persons report. It'll be fine.
You'll be on one of those milk jugs, you know?
maybe we should stop over and. I don't know.
Would you like us to stop at your house on the way back to the
That
house,
might.
just so they don't worry?
Yeah.
Maybe we should avoid bringing attention to ourselves.
Yeah,
so-
maybe Cynthia also should talk to her parents. I know
No.
that. Okay, all right. You know what? I won't push you. I just
Look, the impression I got from the servants as I was leaving is that I'm generally not an absentee daughter, and I don't usually sneak out. I don't know how to act on a call with them in a way that won't make them super suspicious.
tell them
That's
that
fair.
you're staying at your girlfriend's house for a while.
That's
is
going to
also
cause
fair.
problems if I don't have a girlfriend in this.
You have a
Reality.
new girlfriend named Roxelena.
Chick name?
Yes.
The Marcos is our base of operations. So we can, I guess, try and buddy system. Sylvie stays with Cynthia. And you like go home and check in, and oh, this is my friend.
I don't
and
think she wants to do that at
I
all.
don't-
I think she wants to
yeah.
avoid her parents altogether. That's fine. You
Maybe
can
you
hide
just
out at
avoid
our
them.
house. My mom will probably keep you secret. You know,
They don't know your family.
that's
They
good.
don't know you.
Perfect. They don't need to know nothing about me or my family.
Worst comes to worst, you can do a missing persons report, but police don't act on that for a real long time.
I don't think they would.
They
Probably
might
don't
not.
know
run a
what
thing
they're
in
like.
the paper, but
Oh, that's fair.
if my
Man-
mom asks, she'll be like, you know, you might want to call your parents, but like, that's not really my
That's the
business.
odds,
So
yeah. You could just call them and say you're working late or something, and you'll be home when you're home. You have a job here, I think.
maybe you stay with Catherine sometimes.
Mm-mm.
I don't know.
The bank records did say I have a job here. You think it's with
Bonnet-
her?
Yeah, it's at
It
Bonnet
is-
Labs. We went
Yeah.
there.
Yeah.
It was
You worked
were,
there, totally.
Oh,
we
well,
delivered
shit.
some food to you, but you weren't there, so we gave it to the security guard, and we're like, haha, it was a prank.
Elena's a really good liar. I don't know if you knew that
I've
about
accepted
her,
our life
but it
of
was pretty
crime.
hot, actually.
Accepted our life of crime.
I still work for Catherine.
Yeah, you work for Bonnet Labs here. So maybe you're just working on something really important and you have to stay at work or
Whatever would make
at
sense.
Catherine's, or you're doing something out in the field. I don't know. Then you can just be like, okay, bye, and then just hang up on them, you know?
Rox, I study physics. There is no in the field.
There could be.
Field is.
Tell them that your girlfriend
don't need to
breaks,
know that.
breaks physics on a regular basis. That you have to be there for that, you know?
That is every single one of her girlfriends.
Yep.
Yeah, no, I know.
Look, If they call I told my sister I was staying with friends. If they call her, I don't imagine she'd have a different story.
Fair, whatever. You know what? It's your life. I'm not gonna judge. You do what you want. We will support you however you need us to support you. All right?
I'll be
Love
fully
ya.
honest. I also don't remember the house I left fully. I just kind of got out of it.
Blank spot in the memory.
Sylvie, should we pick some clothes up for you? We could go shopping
Gotcha.
after we call
I
Joe.
We don't have
I mean,
like
we could
unlimited
wear
money
Tony's
anymore.
suits. I
Maybe
don't
we
think
should
he'll
be
say anything.
smarter with how we're spending.
Or I could just keep on stealing Tony's clothes.
You can keep stealing Tony's clothes. I mean, it's fine. He hasn't said anything yet. Did he see her take his suit? Because
I mean, he
Just
might have
picturing
noticed.
him watching her walk right by wearing. his
Yeah, I was
suit.
gonna say he might have noticed
She
as
just
all of you
walks
left,
in and she's
but-
like, I'll wear this one and this one. And like,
Just turns
all right.
around him and is like, which color looks better on me?
Yeah.
Power move.
Do you think that the blue tie or the red tie? Because I feel like I could go either way. And I imagine her wearing like one of Roxy's shirts, so it's like a crop top like under it instead of like a suit, like a button down. She's got like
Poor Tony. Poor alternate universe Tony.
We're gonna ruin that kid's life.
Oh, shenanigans.
Haven't we already?
But
I mean,
I would
yes.
like to place a call or go through the whole thing with having a interstate line opened
Yes, you can
to
do all
the
that
telephone.
fun stuff. Is before we get to that point, since several hours have passed, is Joe doing anything or just chilling by the
Push-ups.
phone?
He is chilling by the phone. I think if he can manage it, he'll get like the truck right next to it, so he can like sit in the truck with the door open just to like keep an ear out on the phone. And I feel like at a certain point, just like double checks that like no one's immediately paying attention to him. He'll just go, Thistle?
I'm here.
Okay.
Then out of
Uh,
nowhere, an Italian lady comes with like a full
A
plate
big-
of chicken parmesan.
A rotund woman with an apron just parachutes into the middle of Cactus Cross.
Yes.
I'm looking for a Joe Hectatley. No.
In this world, my parents are spies for the government.
That's why your
Yes.
brother only wears suits.
Well, wasn't? Oh no, they were Spanish. Never mind. I was gonna say, wasn't the family from the Spy Kids movies Italian? But they were Spanish.
Yeah.
I feel like it has to be canon that there's this underground network of
of
Italian
housewives
Oh my
housewives.
god.
across the country. They all
It's the
know each
Italian
other
workmen's
somehow.
club's wives.
Oh my
Uh-huh.
god. Yes.
But yeah, Joe would like confirm that she's there, and he'd go, how much of that phone call did you hear?
She was in the
It's-
phone line.
It's hard to tell with you being invisible all the time.
I heard your side of things.
So you heard that there's like no superpower stuff at all here, right?
Yeah, I mean, I also kind of noticed when you tried using your powers and that didn't really work.
Yeah, but is that happening with you at all? It doesn't seem like you're having any trouble flying around or being invisible.
There's I usually have a stronger, I guess, connection, you would say, but
Connection to
There's-
what?
it's sort of it's hard to explain. It's sort of muffled, like connection to my powers, where I come from, that sort of thing. But if I had to hazard a guess, it might be largely due to the fact that I am a different type of creature.
Would that mean that Sylvie's stag is out here somewhere, just completely like it is?
Maybe.
Oh boy. That's somewhat terrifying. Why were you following me? I don't really think I ever got that reason. You said you were looking for a warrior?
Yes. I
There's let's just say dissent among some of the creatures in the Fey realm. And I was looking to recruit powerful warriors.
So you're like an army recruiter.
Sure?
Well, I mean, what kind of dissent are we talking about here? I mean, is it like, World War II?
I don't really have context as to what that is.
Really big, bad war. Pretty much any country that was in any way important got involved somehow. Ended with a really, really big bomb going off. Killed a lot of people.
Well, it doesn't involve every group from where I come from, so probably not that big.
It's good, I guess. I mean, I guess I'm flattered, but I don't really have time or inclination to be a soldier, being perfectly honest.
Yeah, I've sort of noticed that you're not exactly what I expected.
Sorry, I guess.
It is what it is.
I'm gonna bet on my terrible luck here and say Sylvie's wrapped up in this somehow.
Not directly. I did. She did pique my interest, though. Mainly because what I saw of her indicated that her claims and drives weren't exactly in alignment.
Again?
She had, from what I witnessed, hidden motives.
Yeah, I figured
She wasn't
that
being
out.
honest.
She seems pretty dang honest. I mean, she's pretty forthright from what I can tell. So, I mean, what are you talking about? Or can you not say?
It's not that I can't say, it's whether I should.
Who is it gonna hurt? I'm not wrapped up in whatever the heck you've got going on. And it's either this or we play tic-tac-toe for the next god knows how many hours.
What is this tic-tac-toe?
Joe will pull out the pad of paper and the pen again. So you got these 2 lines going this way and 2 lines going this way. And the goal is to get 3 of your symbol in a row. Usually it's an X and an O. And two players go back and forth putting down symbols. It's not very complicated, but me and my mom used to play it when he had to kill time.
But why is the grid necessary if you just need 3 symbols in a row?
Yep. I don't know, it gives a defined space to play, I guess. I mean, I guess you could do it without the grid, but I feel like you need a really big piece of paper for that eventually.
Possibly, but if you can go in any direction, I feel like that would end the game rather quickly. Just have to forge your path to triumph.
That's one way to put it. But the idea is that it's like on a grid. I don't know. We don't have to play if you don't want to. I'm just try not to think of home.
I have a desire to conquer this tic-tac-toe.
Right. Let you know right now, I'm pretty good.
It won't defeat me.
We'll see. And Joe will scratch out a little grid on the paper, and until they call or this'll prompts otherwise, they will be playing tic-tac-toe.
Okay. I imagine she probably loses the first game.
Mm-hmm.
We're like, okay, one more. And then probably loses the second one. No, just one more. And it goes on that for a while. And
Yep.
She's very determined to win, to conquer.
Meanwhile, Joe's
This
using the
grid,
all
like,
corner
battlefield.
strat.
But yeah. Eventually the call gets put through and the phone rings next to, well, the phone in the house in the DeMarco household rings, and you can pick it up and talk to the operator, and then the phone next to the truck rings.
Oh, okay. Yep. Guys?
It's all set. The wire transfer's gone through. I found who I'm looking for. So now, we just need to get you here. We need to figure out how to get the hell out of this place.
Yeah.
Okay, that's great. That's fantastic. Who is she?
She's a friend. She's a friend. Her name is Sarah. She's in a similar line of work.
She's this Parhelia you and Hecate were talking about, right?
Yes, this is Parhelia.
Okay. Have I ever heard of her? I'm guessing no.
She just changed her
Yeah,
name, so probably
no.
not. She just rebranded, so
Yeah.
you're screwed.
No clue. Does not ring any bells.
That's why she rebrands.
Change your name every 5 years. No one's gonna connect the dots. It's a perfect plan. The perfect crime.
Love your
Genius.
costume and your name, and it's perfect.
Similar power sets? Nah, you're just confusing me with someone else.
I don't
Okay.
know who
It
that
happens
person is.
a lot more than you would think,
Yeah.
apparently.
Oh my god.
It's happened
that's
to a
like-
couple of us so far.
That's like the first of a few questions I got here. And Joe will pull out the little list that he made of actual questions
Yes.
for
I
Cynthia.
love it. Oh my
Mom
god.
wants to know if you got your package, Joe.
No? What?
Okay, just because I love this idea so much. Sound of a jet flying overhead. Little lunchbox attached to a parachute just lands squarely in your lap.
Rox,
Damn
how
it.
the hell?
No, it's happily written on the
Yeah,
outside of it.
He got it. He just got it just now. Thanks.
good. It's-
Love ya.
Hopefully it's still warm.
She says it's probably she hopes it's still warm. Is it still warm?
Is this a
A
warm?
little warmth coming from the bottom of that.
Oh my god.
Woman is a superhuman.
Make a mental note not to mess with the DeMarcos in any
Nope.
reality. Always befriend them.
Do not.
It's not even the DeMarcos as a whole, just Mama DeMarco. Do not
She's-
cross
oh
my
Mama
God.
DeMarco in
She's
any
secretly
reality.
the mob, Don.
It's just a front. The whole thing's a front.
All she has to do is hold up a wooden
Okay.
spoon and she's got men cowering in their boots.
Oh my god.
This smells delicious. Ugh, God. Okay, but later. Questions now. Questions
Okay.
now. Were all of you in Halcyon?
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
How does that work?
Well,
What do you mean?
Don't look a
I
gift
mean, I'm
lion
in-
in the mouth.
I'm in
That's how that
Arizona.
works.
so much, Elena. Well, just
I am in Arizona. I presume, Cynthia, you were born in Halcyon, and Rox, probably you too?
I wasn't technically born in Halcyon, but I was here since I was little. Like, we were born in, I think, New York. I don't know.
Okay, but Elena,
I was
you
a little
grew up-
confused about why Elena's here and not in Germany, I will admit.
Why the hell is Sylvie here?
Maybe she would have moved here anyways. Look, Sylvie's kind of a question mark that sometimes it's better not to ask all those questions, you know? Like,
Here's
sometimes
my
you don't want to know.
Here's my thought. Sylvie is not from hello, sir. That's fine. Sylvie is not from the plane of existence the rest of us are. Whoever or whatever did this, I don't think knew how to account for her. So it kind of just made something up.
Or maybe because she went through the portal with us, it was like, oh, well, you're already here.
Maybe, but like Rox went first.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but
Yes, Helen.
I don't know. Like, maybe this world is designed to make us want to stay here because they're secretly feeding on us and our powers, and like there's some sort of parasite or something.
Oh.
And this is all an illusion.
It's all like
Nothing's
a
real.
dream hallucination.
And we're in a
and
dream
it's-
state and they want to feed on us. Yeah.
Or it could be perhaps what we define as home.
What do you mean?
Yeah. Or like they just wanted to make it a nice world. Like, because your parents are together, right? Elena got her parents back. Cynthia's parents are not evil monsters. And I don't know
Wait,
how
what?
I don't
Well,
count.
they might be. We don't know.
for sure,
We've
but
just been avoiding them.
the signs point to them not being completely awful
But
garbage humans.
I think that the reality isn't supposed to be a one-to-one of what we want. It's what it thinks we want.
Yeah.
There's like
I-
Rox.
Yeah.
You ever been interested in sports management?
Not one day in my life. The only reason I wanted to sign up for football is because I wanted to spend time with Joe.
Which makes
Right?
so much more
So
sense.
it's
now.
like look at that detail. It doesn't work with what Rox wants out of life. My
Not
parents,
really,
I don't
no.
care if they're good people here because there were still bad people in the other world. I miss my powers. I like what I do.
Yeah, and you can't change. You can't get rid of essential self. That's what Grandpa Les said. He said you can't get rid of essential self. And when you've already experienced like the trauma that, you know, like even if you heal from it, it's still a part of you, you know? Just like your powers. Your powers are a part of you. And you can't just choose to take certain parts of you and not others. Like you're a whole person. Not a bunch of segments of
I
like
guess-
roles and identities.
What I mean
That'd be
to
crazy.
is I would not be perfectly happy here. Can you say that you would be? Watchdog.
I'm still trying to process the parasite thing.
We don't know what's causing this yet. We will, now that we've got the details figured out, we can actually get to work on figuring out what the fuck happened, why it happened, and how to unhappen it.
Yeah.
Oh, hi. Hello.
They didn't do that great of a job, because what kind of world would it be if I didn't have Betty Crocker and Polly Rocket? That's insanity.
I'm also like, maybe this is an alternate reality and we've taken over the self of us who live here.
Oh, that's weird. Where did the other self go then?
That's-
Are we
that's
both
what-
in here? Is the both of
I
us in
think
here?
like only
Oh,
one of us
no.
can exist at one time. So when we cross
We're-
over, we're just
What happens to them?
We're
over that
assuming
Are they
body.
dead?
this
Did they
reality
die? Are
is
they
real.
living our lives? Oh my god.
It's also possible that none of this actually exists.
Yeah, but
That's what I'm
when
going
I
with. I'm
bounced
going with
to
Parasite.
the other
That feels
place,
better for me.
I had powers. So that's also possible, only a reality. And I destroyed things. People were afraid of me there.
And Sylvie's got some glitter power and some like power to see tether. So like maybe they couldn't get rid of all of Sylvie's powers because her powers are from a different dimension. And like, you know, they couldn't fully suppress that dimension. You know what I'm saying? But like the rest of us don't have no powers. We're powerless here. I mean, not powerless. We got our own personal powers, but like how great we are as human beings, just without powers.
Smoke coming out of Joe's ear.
Elena's gonna sit and ponder and see if she can try and manifest her powers.
We
Like
can
meditate, I guess. She's just gonna sit and
What are you
Disbelieve.
trying to do?
she's just gonna try and. I mean, gravity's everywhere. She's just gonna try and feel the gravity and try
Okay.
and manipulate it somehow.
Okay. Go ahead and roll to unleash your powers.
Oh my god, I am so wildly
I mean-
unprepared.
I mean, we didn't make any rolls last session, so that
I
is
know.
accurate. That's valid.
What do I add for that?
Freak.
Yeah.
I know this is weird for me, and
wanna
I
roll these
imagine a lot
dice.
more for all of you, but
Yeah, cheese dice, cheese dice.
cheese dice.
Do it. Do it.
Cheese
Do it.
dice. Oh,
Get
that's
it?
a 9.
Can we team that? If I just like sit and meditate with her.
Yeah, I'll take a
Um,
9.
No, because I feel like for something like this, where she's just trying to connect with her power, there's not really a way to
That's fair.
assist with that. So would you like to mark a condition, or I can tell you how the effect is unstable or temporary?
I will take a condition.
Okay. You sit back from this conversation and focus and start to feel that familiar connection spark a little bit. And I don't know, you can make yourself feel lighter. You can influence the gravity around yourself. Not to a crazy extent where it'd be drawing notice from everyone in this house, but you can feel the subtle shifts and manipulations that you're used to.
Okay. So it's there. It's just very hard to get to.
Essentially.
Yeah, like something's feeding off of us.
What if we had a way to amplify our powers? Like maybe the
What if we
Maybe
could find
Watchdog's
Tempest?
new friend could help Sylvie with that. I don't know.
Could also try and find that.
Hairspray or
Well,
what?
no, Tempest doesn't exist.
I mean, she probably still exists, just not in this alternate reality. I mean, I'm just saying, like, this could just like be a bubble of like somebody's will. Like they could have us all in like this little world that they created with their mind. Maybe they got some crazy mind powers or something, and we're trapped in it, and they're like feeding off of us. I'm just saying.
can we stop talking about being eaten?
I'd rather it be the parasite than the alternate universe us, because I don't want to think about where the other Roxy went and like
I'll
if I'm
take
messing
that
up
over
her
Look,
life.
something
We can
snack.
speculate
later.
Until the end of time. Doesn't
Okay.
matter.
When we're not
Until-
on a metered phone
A
connection.
timeline.
Let's get together. So maybe you could eat and like use the bathroom and get all ready, and then like find
Take
us.
a
Come
train.
here now.
Yeah, get to a train station. Probably best idea.
Yeah.
Whatever you need, just tell us where if we got to pick you up at a train station. If you could call us and tell us which one.
I'll try to get to a train station near Halcyon.
Hopefully Tony doesn't have to work tomorrow. I don't know what he does.
We don't even know what he does in this
No, I have
universe.
no idea. The suit's in his closet. I'm freaking out a little bit, but at least my family's mostly normal, so.
I mean, if all else fails, we can meet up at, I don't know, is the junkyard still there?
That's what I said, but
Yeah, that is
If
the
it's
plan.
not, we can go to the place where it would be.
Yeah,
Sure.
if we get separated, that is the plan.
that is the plan. We all go to the junkyard and laser swords on something. Light swords on
No.
something. Oh, it's glitter. We're gotta put glitter on stuff.
Look
That's
for
it?
Hecate's symbol.
Simple.
Yeah,
Hecate symbol. We need to get our own
Yeah.
symbols when we get home. So
it's future problem.
yeah.
First, we have to get.
Cynthia,
Yes.
why didn't she help?
Who?
Hecate, she was right there. Why didn't she help
What?
Us?
with any of this? She's supposed to be super smart, isn't she?
I don't think that anybody can be all knowing, Joe. Like
But I'm asking if Parahelia is your friend and is in our line of work, why didn't she help?
What do you think happens if both of us go into a portal and disappear forever?
There's nobody left on the other side back home to try and get us back.
Yeah.
We need someone on the other side. And if I went into that portal and I died, someone's got to be there to keep things from falling apart.
And if it is
If
a
you-
parasite villain, she's got to get him for us.
She has a stake in this. I promise you that. More than you. And possibly more than me. She chose to trust me to take care of this. But if she comes with us, and there was something else on the other side of this, that causes problems.
Yeah. So if we're just living in a parasite dude's bubble, or girl, or person, gender doesn't really matter, but like we might not be able to get out, and she might have to go get him and then get us out, So we'd just be stuck here forever if she'd come with. She made a smart move in my mind.
She made a calculated move.
Yeah. She's calculated.
Do I
trust her.
want her here? Of fucking course I do. I want the moral support. I want the help. But that's just not the way the world works sometimes. Besides, someone's also got to keep Sarah's dad from tearing down the city if she doesn't reappear.
Very good point. So
Her
damage
dad?
control on the other side. People are going to be looking for probably all of us at some point.
Well, if Sarah's in a line of work similar to ours, she probably also has powers. And if she also has powers, I mean, there's a decent chance that her parents might have powers. So I just assume her dad's some badass who could probably level the city.
Let's leave it at that.
Yeah. And Roxy will reach out and just hold Cynthia's hand because she can feel that Cynthia's feeling a little bit like anxious and a little upset.
home.
What?
I want to go home.
So do I.
No,
Joe,
you don't.
I don't.
You said you didn't want to talk with your parents.
Joe, this isn't
Oh,
hello.
you want
This
to
isn't
go
real.
home here?
Yeah.
Who's that?
Don't
So
think
why
we're
don't
meant
you?
to stay here.
This
Why
isn't
not
your
pack it
life.
in? Why not walk back or drive back? Gave you the money. You can if you want to use it for that. It's your choice.
Joe,
I can't tell you what you want. But I can guess that you left in the first place for a reason. Couldn't have been about us. You don't care that much about us. But you care about something. And that's what made you leave and go out to fucking Cactus Crossing. Why? What is that thing that you're missing that you can't find home here?
She's not here.
No, she isn't. She's here, and the her here wouldn't know you.
she's probably in love with somebody else and married by now.
No, that's not helpful, Roxy.
Max, please.
This isn't your
Take her
world, Joe.
away-
This
take her
isn't
away
your
from the
life.
receiver.
Yeah.
No, seriously. This isn't your life. This is if Elena's theory's right, then you're stealing a different Joe's life. You could already have a wife or a girlfriend or a boyfriend or who knows? You don't know. And I'm just saying that if you stay here, then you're stealing his life. And that's not fair. And if it is parasites, then you'll never see Henry again, and you'll die up as a shriveled little.
This is not
like,
parasites.
corpse.
Probably.
So it could be. It's not ruled out yet. Okay. It's impossible to rule it out, but that's not fair to steal somebody else's life. And this Henry isn't going to be the same as that Henry. Tony isn't falling all over himself for Sylvie here. He could even be gay. I don't know. I would love him either way. Anyways, and I don't know what my family does either. It's very confusing, but this is not your life and it's not real. You want to live the rest of your life doing something that's not real? We all
See you
want to
guys in
have
a few
regular
days.
lives. What?
What?
I'll see you guys in a few days.
All right. We love you. I'll send Mama DeMarco after you if you don't show up in 2 days. Just saying.
He hangs up.
Cynthia hangs up.
Do you need a hug, Cynthia?
I need some time to myself.
Okay.
Fair.
Do you
And
wanna
maybe
borrow
for
Tony's-
some more coordinated discussions in the future.
Yeah, I
She
agree.
walks off.
Oh, okay. Oh.
Where does Cynthia go? Outside in the backyard, upstairs
She's-
to a room.
She's still waiting for a call, so she's not going to go too far. Just gonna go somewhere where she could still hear the phone, but where the rest of them are.
You could probably leave the back door ajar or window open and head into the backyard. Sit on the patio.
And she does think about what it would be like to just stay here, but tries to understand that this might be a world that Joe prefers because he doesn't like his powers and he misses his parents being together. And she kind of gets it, but not really.
Okay. So probably gonna wrap up here shortly, but I did want to ask if Joe was just going to go get the money and then start heading towards Albuquerque, or if there was any sort of post phone call scene you had in mind. All the emotions are still ripe.
To sort of expedite things, he does definitely get the money. That conversation severely hampered the appetite, but eventually he does cave and just devour whatever the hell was airdropped to him. Probably stops for food on the way to Albuquerque.
Chicken
too.
parmesan, some pasta, salad, nice little cheesecake.
But thinking about what they said, I feel like he's gonna find a spot to park the truck, and he is going to write a note and leave it on the driver's seat, addressed to his parents.
Okay.
Without necessarily going into specifics, it's basically an explanation as best he can give of what's going on, and that he knows it must sound weird, and that while he does love them and does want to live this life, he knows it's not his, not what he's supposed to have, and it would hurt those who count on him.
Okay. You can do so.
Then he'll board a train as he's trying to fight back tears.
All right. And as we head into the end of session questions, what I will leave you with here. Cynthia, while you are sitting in the backyard, thinking everything over, you hear a little bit of rustling, a little bit of a commotion before clearing the backyard fence of the DeMarco house comes a yellow Labrador, which
No.
drops
no.
over to you, sits down, tail wagging, tongue hanging out of the side of its mouth.
Okay. I'm gonna hold out a hand. And if the dog seems chill, I'm gonna give it some scratches.
Yeah, it comes over, sniffs you, and like bats its head underneath your hand.
Are you who I think you are? Have you bitten anyone? I'm not good. Let's get you inside. I think Sylvia would be happy to see you.
Like
You
it's the
should.
cat bed.
Bring the dog inside.
And that's where we'll end tonight's session.
Right. No, I just think it's funny. Like, immediately when we all woke up, Roxy, Elena, Cynthia, and Sylvie all took the red pill immediately. Joe sat there with that blue pill in his hand for a really long time.
I mean, he's got good reasons to, though.
Get it? Yeah.
I gave a very, very strong temptation.
And then Cynthia was like, fuck you for being tempted.
She's trying to understand, but
Roxy knows she's mad.
I think that if he did decide to go back home and just live in the delusion, she wouldn't blame him. I don't think.
Roxy would probably lose a little respect for him.
Oh yeah,
I'm
no,
not
she'd
gonna-
lose respect for him, but she wouldn't. She
Yeah,
understands
she
would
why.
respect
insult
for
him.
many of us, but
She's
we
not
don't
going to go
blame
track
you.
him down and drag him back.
No, none of us were gonna.
N-
I mean,
No,
Roxy might.
she meant what she said when she said it was his choice. She's not going to, like, if he decided to go home, she'd be like, yeah, sure, use the
I-
money for something good.
Yeah.
But
I think in a strange way, Sylvie understands where he is coming from.
Yeah.
If only because she sees that he is running from his reality as she is running from hers in some respects. They're just running in very different directions.
Different realities.
Mhm.
Yeah.
There is a conversation coming down the pipeline here between Joe and the rest of the team that I am just anticipating.
I'm anticipating.
Well, now you pissed
what's
off
coming.
Cynthia, so
Because there's just been this
Well-
kernel of an idea fermenting in Joe for a while now that I think just got cemented by that conversation. He's has some thoughts.
he's gonna
well,
quit superhero. We broke him. Oh no.
I don't think
if
we
he
broke
wants
him
to,
yet.
if he wants to try to fight Cynthia, go for it.
I was about to say, I feel like depending on how he approaches this conversation, I don't fully know what it is, but depending on how he
Don't piss
approaches
off the
certain
girl
things,
gang.
It'll be fine.
I know Sylvie could definitely take certain things very poorly, especially in light of who he's been hanging out with.
Best case scenario, I think it might cause some existential crises. Worst case scenario, y'all will be beating the absolute shit out of Joe.
Cynthia will be because she can fight without powers.
Yeah, and Roxy can't even shield you from any of that. So like, boy,
Elena's
wasn't
trying
it
to
better
figure
when
it
I was
out.
breaking your ribs?
Oh my god.
Oh,
I'm looking forward to seeing the psychoanalysis you will be conducting.
yes.
Mhm.
I wouldn't say it's so much psychoanalysis as much as Joe's frustration is reaching a breaking point, and he's just
Has zero coping skills that are.
That's a
functional.
two-way road, buddy.
Roxy's the only. Well, no, Elena might have some coping skills.
we'll see where the
Crime.
cards fall once this house gets toppled over.
I will say that Cynthia's been trying to be very, very understanding of all of the things that have happened so far that involve Joe and the conflicts and the problems.
That's why I'm like, it's risky to
And
alienate Cynthia, man.
Depending on what he says, she
She's
might
been-
not be so understanding
She's
anymore.
been on his side the whole time. Ugh.
Like, she did things that she feels actively damaged her relationship with Roxy to try and go to bat for him. He probably doesn't see it that way, but that's how what she sees.
Ugh. And Roxy's not going to damage anything.
Press X
Except
to
for
doubt.
possibly Joe's ribs again if he's really mean to
Oh
Cynthia.
my god.
Possibly.
I don't want to say anything because I don't know how y'all will take it. It's just there's an idea. There's an idea in the mind of Joe Hatathli that is almost 100% wrong, but
If you
God, does he
keep
think
fucking
it-
around, she's going to put Grandpa Les in a room with you and lock you both in there.
We don't know if Grandpa Les
Fuck around,
exists in
man.
this universe.
This is called
That's
fuck around and
true.
find out. I will put you in
Yeah.
a room with a therapist.
We have no evidence that Grandpa Les is here.
I will say, as a
Not
player,
yet.
I am very much enjoying all the tension.
Yeah, uh-huh.
Yeah.
But as a character, Cynthia is pissed. In general,
I
this
know.
is not helping.
Yeah.
Mm-mm.
Joe has depression.
That's fair.
Among other things.
Oh yeah, among an anxiety disorder and
Perfectionism,
just severe
Inferiority
perfectionism issues.
complex, projection issues.
Well,
You say lock him in a room with a therapist like it's a threat, and I'm just like, yes, for the love of God, get this child some
No,
help.
I know, but like he's not gonna enjoy it. Doesn't feel good at first to tear yourself open.
You know that meme that's like I don't remember the exact wording. It's like, don't you ever want to lose it? Don't you ever just want to go ape shit or something like that?
Yeah.
Yeah. Honestly, I feel like that's both Watchdog and Echo right now. Mostly Watchdog. But we'll see.
Junkyard.
Meanwhile, oh, sorry.
I wouldn't use that. It's not a hot emotion, I guess I would say. It's just
Interesting.
Okay.
silent blanket of a feeling.
I am very curious to find out what this is next week.
He's looking for somebody to blame right now.
I feel like
It's easier.
also, thanks to Watchdog, Sylvie's ready to run. She's hasn't been comfortable, and he just brought in a new element that she is very, very uncomfortable with.
Oh,
Run as in run away from the team?
Run as in get distance because something got introduced that has her on.
Rebrand.
Yeah.
I'm very interested to see where all of this ends up landing.
quick, new face, new identity.
Okay, well, we should do our end of session questions.
Yeah, we should before.
I guess.
And then play again tomorrow question?
Yes.
Family.
Don't toy with me.
Family.
I've got a whole bunch of
I desperately want to know, but also I don't think I have time tomorrow.
I'm pretty sure there are several people who don't have time.
Yeah.
But is there anyone who wants to go first or is ready to go first?
I think I can start this off because I feel like the answer is clear over here.
Grow away from the team?
Oh yeah, grow away from the team and goodbye Echo's influence.
Ooh, okay.
Sassy McSassy pants over there.
I mean, he like opened up the tiniest bit to her and he feels like she just went.
That's fair.
It's called empathy, though. She's going through a hard time. No, not on your. No, I mean, like, he's not having a lot of empathy for Cynthia right now because this is a stressful situation for her.
Yeah, no, she was
Yeah.
trying to cut with what she said.
Yeah, no, yeah, absolutely. Which Roxy would expect that because it felt like he wasn't being very empathetic towards her in this moment. Like, yeah, you're dealing with your dad issues, but also her like friend is like, yeah,
missing, possibly dying.
Yeah.
She did start the call by saying that she'd been found.
Yeah, but she's also like we're not sure that she's still gonna make it. Like, so
we didn't elaborate on that.
Yeah,
that's true. But
fine.
I'm just saying from Roxy's perspective, Cynthia's reaction was absolutely like okay, and she also understands that Joe wants this thing, but that's not how life works. Roxy knows that like you can't just go back. You can't go back. Sometimes you can't go home.
I mean, Cynthia would be fully willing to let him try. If he wants her to leave him here, she'll leave him here.
Roxy will still probably call him repeatedly and say, really? Because
I keep on thinking of Joe throughout this whole arc we're going through. I just keep on thinking of the ones who walk away from with an O.
Omelas?
Yes, Omelas. I keep on thinking of that story of just like everything's perfect, but that one thing, that one unforgivable thing.
I'm convinced we're in the Matrix and that you're the guy who's trying to get plugged back in. That from just a standpoint, that's who you are in my movie. That's who Joe is in this movie.
So is Joe trying to decide if he walks away from Omelas?
He is currently walking away and every step is pain.
Yes.
And will it get more painful? Yes.
Of course
Well,
it will. 'cause
Charlie's
it's
trying to
you.
break you, so
I know something is waiting for us outside of this because of you. I know that there is
Because of
just a
you.
nuclear bomb at an event just hanging over Joe's head.
Oh, if we don't go back, Henry will probably die. And Roxy will find a way to dream tell you that. Yeah, but Henry's probably gonna die now. just to mess
And then
with you.
Joe is like, "All right, I guess I gotta harness the power of time travel and fix all this."
Yeah, then he does make his
Somehow
way
harness
back
the power of time
in the
travel.
DeLorean.
Okay.
Anyway,
All right.
everyone else
next?
has some things to do.
I can go next because mine's less complicated. She feels closer to the team, but probably not as close to Joe. She felt like she understands his need or his want for that, but on the other hand, like you can't live a fairy tale. Like that's just not how life works, you know? You gotta face reality, bruh. Face the noise. But anyway, she doesn't feel any less close. She still feels really close to the girls. Because they're doing everything together and like supporting each other. And Joe just has to be really difficult and he needs to quit playing around because Roxy's gonna start bitch slapping him with the truth.
Oh my god.
Tiffany's not going to be there to stop her anymore. So, but anyways, I'm going to give my influence, which everybody already has influence because Roxy's an influence whore. She just loves you all so much. She'll never let any of you go. So if Joe tries to stay here, she'll just visit him in dreams. It'll never stop. So,
Oh my god.
good luck with all that leaving us behind stuff. So I'm gonna give it to Cynthia because Cynthia is going through a really tough time and she doesn't like show this like side of being like upset like this very often, and that feels very human to Roxy. Like, like this is very natural, and like a lot of times Cynthia might get mad but doesn't really show it as much, or like
She does a lot of suppressing, and it is many
its toll.
kilotons of anger shoved inside of a maybe 5'1", 5'0" girl.
yeah. And Roxy's always been a little worried that she's gonna blow, so she's kind of happy that she not like that, but
I know.
explode with anger. Whereas Roxy will always let her anger out in like smaller bursts. So like, so she doesn't stay angry for more than like, I don't know, like it would be weird for her to be angry for more than a day.
Yeah.
That would be very angry for her.
She has
like
healthy coping mechanisms.
5 minutes is usually her. I'm mad for 5 to 15 minutes, and then I let it go, or I deal with the problem. But she thinks it's, even though she lashed out at Joe, she feels like it's a good thing to communicate her anger. So she's influenced this time, and I'll take
Proud of her.
potential because I don't.
Hey.
I do have a condition, right, or no?
I don't know if you do.
I don't think
I don't think you do.
Okay.
So how does Cynthia want to shift
Yeah.
Roxy's labels?
Roxy's been really supportive through all of this. Cynthia got a little annoyed with the phone call, but overall,
Yeah.
Roxy has been really supportive, is giving them a place to hang out, and she loves her girlfriend. So we are going to shift Savior up and Freak down.
Savior cannot go up any more than it currently
Ooh.
is.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Condition for you.
and
And remember, nothing else shifts. Nothing else shifts. It's
No, I
just
know,
follow.
I know.
Okay.
So it stays the same, and I don't have any conditions. Does do we know if Cynthia chooses my condition or do I choose it?
I think, don't I choose it?
I believe you choose it. Yeah.
Somebody chooses it. I don't know.
Let's go with angry on behalf of Cynthia.
That makes sense. That tracks.
Yeah, tracks.
I mean, she always. Joe's supposed to be the one that's good with people.
Oh my god.
Except for emotions.
I was good with people until people push his buttons.
Oh, until emotions get really heavy emotions get involved.
We're also mashing like every single one of his buttons all the time.
Yep.
It's
Charlie's
good
basically
practice
taking
for
a
him.
mallet to all of his buttons and just.
Well, he's got to learn
Swings.
those coping. It's called speed learning coping skills that are helpful.
It's only gonna get worse.
Better learn those quick.
All being loaded into a cannon and fired through 17 crises in rapid succession.
It's fine.
He's gonna lose his shit completely, isn't he?
Probably.
Oh,
At the full moon, he's
we're
gone.
approaching.
It's fine.
He's either
Bad
gonna go
mood
on a
rising.
rampage or just break down crying. I'm not sure which.
For
Maybe
reasons,
both.
Is he
for
Same
sure?
reasons
time?
I will not.
Same time.
For reasons I will not really disclose because it has something to do with that I discussed with Charlie that I don't know will come up. I do have a scenario in mind for if/when Joe actually snaps.
I'm
Because
pretty
I
sure
know
it's on the docket for Roxy to snap too. So don't worry, she'll have her crises too.
because I know what will happen then.
Mm.
Well,
The moment Joe snaps will be an interesting moment.
I'm trying to
Okay.
like figure out if I'm going to have to figure out if Cynthia will have to decide if she's going to try to put him down. Not permanently.
Oh my god.
We'll get him one of those
Maybe.
power collars. You know, we can get like a nice watchdog symbol.
Oh my god.
give him an actual dog collar.
Yeah. Like one that's power suppressing. Keep your watchdog on.
I
a
feel like
leash,
it depends
yo.
on who Watchdog is threatening if Sylvie would step up to put him down or not.
That's
I
fair.
said he'd
Roxy
be
would just
threatening
bear
anyway.
hug him super
Well,
hard.
Until we get to that point, who would like
Yeah.
to go next? We've only
Um,
gone through two people.
It's
Elena's gonna grow into her
Do it.
image of herself that she's really trying to connect with her power, and she's made some headway.
hey.
Oops, I'll just throw my pen down. It's fine.
I want to say Elena's adjusting to things well.
Mhm.
Elena's figuring shit out. Like,
So we're gonna move. I'm gonna move my freak back up and my mundane down. Oh, no, I have room on my mundane. It's fine.
Wait, what did you shift again?
Freak up and mundane down.
That makes sense.
mhm.
All right. Since it's related to this clusterfuck. Kind of finessing this a little bit in that Cynthia feels close to most of the team except for Joe, who she is feeling particularly detached from. So we're going to say go away from the team in parentheses, Joe.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh, and I suppose we don't have to separate that influence anymore now that everybody
Yeah.
knows.
And I mean, you wouldn't have had to anyway since Cynthia knew
Cynthia
who you
knew.
were.
But I mean, like for easy
Oh,
living
yeah,
characters.
yeah.
oh yeah.
Makes things simpler. But she was speaking in the heat of the moment, but not lying when she said that from her perspective, Joe does not care about the team or any of them. That's what she thinks. And normally it doesn't come to a head, but in times like these in crises, maybe it will. So yeah, grow farther away from him and is also very frustrated and a little bit taking it out on him. Also because did the whole wire transfer, figured out a lot of logistics, and feels like he's throwing that back in her face a little bit.
Maybe a touch.
And I'll finish off. I will say Sylvia grew closer to the team, specifically Cynthia, who gave her the opportunity to feel useful in the fact that she is feeling utterly useless without her powers and she is floundering and still remains a rock in the sense that she, like, especially in light of the reveal that Jo has been traveling with a sprite and that's scaring the shit out of her, and honestly she's not entirely sure what she's going to do when they get to Halcyon.
What
So-
she doesn't know is that Jo has only known about the sprite for 2 days.
And who knows how
Alright.
time works in this place?
Oh my god.
That poor girl that we left in the apartment.
That's not getting
One problem
well.
at a time.
I did leave her with. I mean, Roxy stuffed the fridge full of food and stuff because she is Mama DeMarco's daughter. So,
Oh my
like,
God.
She has
She
a
made sure
life
she was set
outside
up.
of.
So since I already had influence
Yep.
for label shifting shenanigans, Sylvie was very, very helpful in helping Cynthia find Sarah, and she is very grateful. So we're gonna say savior up, danger down, because she's feeling a lot more. And she's already feeling fairly comfortable around Sylvie, but knowing that Sylvie would like go to bat for her, even in a situation where she doesn't have her powers, is reassuring. So feeling safe around her, also feeling like she can really rely on her.
Also, for the record, I'm taking the potential not clearing hopeless because I feel like it's thematic.
yeah,
For multiple
I took
reasons.
afraid earlier. That was the condition I took.
that's fair. And I
That's
feel like
important.
They still
Roxy is a little angry at Joe because he's kind of being selfish right now.
Cynthia still has no conditions somehow.
I'm
Oh, you're not
angry and
angry.
afraid.
There
haven't been a lot of
fitting
roles.
for the situation.
Yeah.
It's okay.
Does Joe have conditions right now?
Nope.
Oh, okay.
I mean, I
He'll
would
get a few.
Well, I
put
mean,
down,
in-
Yes,
like,
but
in
no.
general,
Like
yes,
listed
but
conditions.
But mechanically, no.
Hey,
yeah.
at least if they fight in this world, it's a.
Fair
It's
fight.
a fair fight.
I mean, it's not
Yeah.
really
Fair-
because he's like 6'3" and like got 100 pounds on us, but like
Cynthia's
at
also
least.
trying to fight.
I was about to say, but Cynthia knows how to fight, and Joe just like vaguely knows how to throw a punch.
and Roxy knows how to use a baseball bat.
That being
Elena
said,
hasn't
if-
taken her class yet.
Pretty
She's
sure
working on her
Sylvie's
powers.
Wonderful with a knife and a bow. And
Well,
We're not gonna murder you. It's
on that
your
note,
kneecaps might not be safe.
Brief meeting.
thank you everyone for joining us this evening. I am, as always, so excited to see how this arc continues to progress.
Oh man.
As I just throw more and more shit at you. But I hope everyone watching this at least is not suffering like some of the people here.
Don't suffer, unlike Joe.
Yeah, don't be like Joe.
Don't be like Joe.
Just don't be like Joe.
Way more
Uh,
self-awareness and insight than
Yeah.
Joe, please.
Therapy's good.
Go
Go
to a therapist, please.
If it is accessible, go to a therapist.
Yeah.
don't be like over half the team.
Yeah.
Don't be like
Roxy was,
Cynthia
like,
who
raised
runs in
by
the
a
other
therapist.
direction when she sees Uncle or
Yeah.
Grandpa Les.
Uncle Les.
Uncle, no,
Half
Grandpa
the team
Les.
scatters when they see Grandpa
Elena
Les. They're
loves
just
She's like, nope, I'm out.
But
Let's
have,
blow this popsicle stand.
have a good time of it whenever you may be watching this and wherever you are in the world, I guess. And we will see you back here next week. Bye bye.